Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rents asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Let me sing a song of a family forged by trials and woe. On their own they falter, but together they will write their own tale of glory, rent asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. What was rent shall be restored. What was lost now shall be found. The price of valor ever rising, when victory brings new rewards. Tales of glory, might, and wonder, hard-fought battles, treasures won. Our heroes know their fate awaits them, and so they carry on. Hello, and welcome to Ages of Fëanor. I am your humble stream host, and not your master of dungeons, nor your keeper of dragons, Pixel. And I am pleased to present to you the stranger approaching you after a tense meeting with the criminal scion of a prominent political house and his churlish yet indolent lackeys. 5th episode of Ages of Fëanor presents Descent into Avernus. Hello, everyone. As always, we're going to get into the game here in just a few moments, but before we do, we're going to go over our usual housekeeping things. So first things first, when we go to map screens, you will notice that you are seeing player perspective, so you won't be able to spoil anything off the GM perspective, but I do just want to make sure everyone knows, if you have played this adventure before and recognize any of these encounters, don't spoil anything in chat, because our players will be in chat with you trying to interact and have fun as we play the game, so don't spoil anything for them. And with that out of the way, secondly, don't forget about rules. There's a lot of them in this game, and, you know, we're using some homebrew ones here and there. Don't lose your mind about it. Thirdly, this is an open and welcoming space, so we do try to keep that internet toxicity stuff to a minimum, please. So that's never usually a problem. You guys are awesome, but we may have a lot of new faces today based on some things happening on some other apps that we don't have to get into right this second. But everyone should know we don't put up with anyone being abusive or hateful in chat, whether that's to other viewers or to players regarding anything like their knowledge of the game or the rules, the character choices they make, or frankly anything about them as people. Like I've said, you guys are always great, but we do like to give that heads up so people know. They're on notice. You've been warned. And as always, a reminder, we do release the show on YouTube after the fact. Usually comes out Wednesday after it airs on the weekend. And of course, we are going to introduce ourselves as cast. before we jump in. So I will throw it over to DocRobert, our illustrious DM.
Hello, everybody. I am DocRobert. Or Robbie, I will be your dungeon master for the day. I will be playing everyone who isn't these few wonderful people. You will notice we are down a Cam today. Hopefully, he'll be able to join us in a bit, but he is currently unavailable. With that, I will go ahead and pass it back down to our wonderful Pixel.
Hey guys, I didn't see you there. Welcome. My name's Pixel, and today I will be playing Phoenix Brightgrin, dwarf and barbarian and #1 internet sad dad. And you can also find me here on twitch.tv next Friday in this same place at a different time, 8 p.m., 9:30 p.m. We have our Curse of Strahd game, which is getting back up. We had a exciting planning episode last time, and they're ready to get into an exciting killing episode next time. You can also find me here on twitch.tv/HammerandPixel, where I play, at the moment, Elden Ring with Bonus Bomb, and that's pretty much it.
All right, next, let's go for McReese.
Hello, everyone. I am McReese. Tonight I will be playing Raven LaFey, a tiefling druid. Can be found anywhere in the tavern and bulldogging the chat to make sure everybody behaves when Bonus Mom goes live.
All right.
She took that banhammer proficiency back in grade 5.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's expertise.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of which, Bonus Mom.
Hi, and I am Bonus Mom. I am the actual mother of Pixel, the most disingenuous human being on the planet. Yes. And I am all of your Bonus Moms. So I am going to be playing Bonnie Mama tonight, a human weaver retired who has found herself suddenly in the paramilitary in the middle of God knows what.
And last but certainly not least, Kaylee, go for it.
Hello, I'm Kaylee or Christy, and I play Temperance, an Air Genasi sorcerer. And I can be found in the tavern, as everybody here, but also on Tuesday nights, I stream with a different D&D group called Reality Break 20, which you can find us on Twitch. We stream on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central. Currently, I'm the DM for a one-shot that's going on over there that's kind of like Egyptian deserty themed. And I'm also on TikTok as Kaylee1999. And I mostly talk about books there and cosplay. Those are the two things that I do there. So that's me.
All right. With that, it looks like right now, all 4 of our players have chat inspiration as well as a chat hit die that can be used. Am I correct on that, Pixel? Am I reading that correctly?
Yes, right. So the hit dice that can be used, the way that works, folks, each session, each character can have a hit dice redeemed for them once, and the heart over here indicates that it has not yet been redeemed for this session. Alternatively, and it's kind of one's one way, one's the other, these chat inspirations, which I forgot to ask about previously, that indicates who in the game has been given inspiration by chat. You'll notice those in the channel points down at the bottom. And so the white dice indicate that they currently have chat inspiration charged and are therefore not eligible for another round until they use it. And I will try to keep track of who's using it with the buttons over here.
I have it. I have chat inspiration.
I think all 4 of our players have it at the moment. So,
Yep.
All right. Other than that, let's just give a quick micro recap of what has been going on. So our players have been all with various degrees of voluntarism, have gotten their way into the Flaming Fist, and they have been asked to investigate cult activity in the city and wipe out the cult. Well, the good news is they found the hive of cult activity underneath a bathhouse in the city, but have uncovered a bit more than they had bargained for, as they've had a couple of different run-ins with members of the Vanthaper family. The Vantper family being one of the three High Lords of three Dukes of Baldur's Gate. Waterdeep's the other one of Baldur's Gate.
Other mega city.
And yeah, sorry, I play Waterdeep on Friday night, so it have to switch down the Sword Coast. Anyway, one of the Dukes of Baldur's Gate. And you met two of her sons, the first of which was under attack, and you are kind of helping cover up his death. The other one named Mortlock, and then the other, an Amric Vanthaper, who you confronted in a bar in the city of Waterdeep about his family's possible misdeeds, although he certainly didn't give you a lot to go with. Well, as you were making your way out of the tavern, you were approached by one Ms. A heavily armored paladin who named herself as Rhea Mantlemorn, saying that she heard that you were investigating the Vanthaper family and wanted to talk with you about it. I believe as of right now, it was only Phoenix who was there for that conversation. So, with that, we're going to pick up right where we left off. She's just kind of standing there looking at you, Phoenix, rather intently.
Pardon me. I
Yes.
was simply meaning to imply that there are curious eyes and listening ears, and perhaps this might be a conversation better had with a mite of privacy.
Yeah, yes, of course, yes. He kind of looks around now, way more suspicious than she was, kind of pulls the hood back up over, and then starts navigating away a little bit.
Yeah, and I guess I would like to try to make eye contact with one of the other folks, and then just give like kind of a head.
So they
Raven,
were still downstairs, but they will
downstairs.
probably be up in just a minute.
Right.
I doubt
Raven
that
is
long.
seeing through Cleo's eyes because she was putting Cleo in a position to overhear.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's
yeah, so
clinging on to Temperance.
I'll just follow. It's coming. It's been 2 weeks since we played, so it's coming back to me that was the plan. Is they were going to follow me upstairs after a few minutes. So I'll follow this person to wherever she tries to go, and then we'll evaluate if that's a suitable location.
She just kind of like walks up and out of the ship and like kind of down the dock, down the gangway, out into the dock, and just kind of stands in the middle of things, looking around, not sure where to go from there.
Okay. Well, Phoenix is a bit of a lowlife at this point in his life. So what's like, can I make some kind of a check in investigation or insight or something to see if I can find a spot that we might be?
Yeah, we'll call that a perception check. So perception or investigation.
He has.
All right.
I think he's got better perception than investigation, so we'll go with that.
That would track.
Okay. Let's see. That is a 21.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, you are in the harbor, and it's starting to get on towards evening. You think that any of these abandoned alleyways are rife for such conversations. That you would probably... This would not be an odd sort of affair to have shady dealings happening in harbor alleys.
Okay.
Where that's not abnormal.
Can I pick one and direct us to it where I can see kind of, maybe I'm off to the side, but can kind of see the entranceway to the ship?
Yeah, that's not a problem. There's one. It's about a block down, but you could still easily see everything that is going on from there.
Excellent. So yeah, I think what I'll do is go. I'll go there, and then I'll try to arrange it so that I'm facing out so I can see the ship.
Gotcha. Yeah, easy enough. It's probably about that time that the rest of you would start moving up and out of the group. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, but it's been a couple of minutes, enough to at least separate yourselves a little bit. So
Raven, do you tell us that Cleo is seeing him leave, or do we see him go past?
Cleo is spying on the brother that Finnick had been talking to.
Oh, okay.
Emmerich.
Yeah,
Emmerich.
and you'd be aware of that because she'd be classed on to Temperance because she can't see or hear herself at the moment.
Right. Would Phoenix have passed us on the way out?
No.
No. Well, yes, but only up to the next level. So as you kind of move, you would. It doesn't. Listen, this isn't a very big establishment. It would not be very hard to ascertain that he is no longer in the ship / bar.
Okay. So
no check required.
So we have started to move upstairs, hopefully unobtrusively.
Mhm.
And I'm afraid that Bonnie is probably not being very unobtrusive. As we know, she's dressed in like a light blue dress and an apron, and she looks like she's in the kitchen, has her rolling pin probably and her spatula handy. But she is like, to even make it worse, she is up against the wall, slinking along, but extremely obviously heading up the stairs into the rest of the bar.
Temperance is just gonna lean to Raven and just say, "Are you ready to go?"
Have I heard anything?
I'll get to that in just a second, but
I will let Temperance know how far I can go before my connection to Cleo cuts out.
It's a decent little way. You could definitely get to the outside of the ship before that would be a problem. That would not be far enough for that to be quite an issue. So as you start to get out, we'll go ahead and go here. As you hear him say, well, this could certainly be an issue, couldn't it? And you don't hear a reply, but then you hear him say, well, yes, I know. They don't really know anything. As long as Zaj is smart enough to keep his nose out of where it should be, then this shouldn't be an issue. Well, we could always just kill him too. I mean, listen, whatever we need to do, that's fine. Yes, of course we'll tell Mother. Yeah, okay, yes, all right, yes. I'm sure Thirstwell already knows. The bastard's watching everywhere. Okay, yes. And then they kind of move on to conversations elsewhere.
Okay, then Cleo will make her way back to me.
Just so you know, mechanically, you can just poof it out of existence and back to you.
Okay, then I'll do
with no stealth checks required. So,
so
that is something your character. Yeah, that is something your character would know you could do. So.
Okay. Yeah. So once she's sure any relevant information is done, she will snap her fingers and her eyes go back to normal.
You got it.
And yeah. If they think we're trouble, they're going to kill us.
Lovely.
Oh dear.
Well, shall we?
Yep.
I'm very uncomfortable. Yes, please.
Some stuff we need to tell Finnick to see what his opinion is.
And you see them walking down the gangway, Finnick.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I guess if I see them, I'll try to just signal to them some way and hope that they see it.
Insight check or perception check from the three of you?
We're going to go with insight for me.
Same.
18.
Okay, that's going to be enough.
17.
17.
Right. Dang.
Nice.
Yeah, the three of you are on high alert as you look around and quickly spot Finnick going down the alleyway and around the corner.
So we'll casually, not in a rush, amble down the alleyway.
Yeah. Are we just assuming that Neil has stuck to his bromance and is tagging behind Finnick?
Yeah, basically. So
so I think as I see them start to approach, I'll let the person know I do have some associates who will be joining us.
Oh, okay. Yes, that sounds good. More of you is probably good. I'm quite worried about what might be happening. This is just such a scary situation.
Yeah. Well, why don't you start at the beginning? Tell me all about it.
Well, you guys are rounding the corner to hear this. To say, well, hi guys. I'm Rhea Mantlemorn.
Do I recognize any paladin markings?
Yeah, you would recognize some of them. It seems that Tyr and Torm are the
Okay.
like primary symbols here, which you would know that they are the primary deities of Elturel as well. So that is not
Mm-hmm.
surprising at all. You see some of that. And she says, "Yeah, yes. My name is Rhea Mantelmorn, and I'm from Elturel. I'm was one of the Hell Riders. I I saw it happen.
Hell Rider. Did you say
Yeah,
you were a Hell Rider? You
yes.
saw what happened? And I think that Bonnie is not even being as careful as she should. She's forgotten what happened before, and she's being a little bit loud and a little bit frantic, and she
The
moves in on Rhea.
the
Miss
city,
Bunny,
the
deep
city.
breaths, hunt.
It well, I was out on a training mission with some compatriots, and while I was there, and she starts to tear up a little bit. I heard a crack. I thought it was thunder. I thought it was an earthquake. But then I watched as the city was pulled down into the ground, and then she just truly burst into tears. There was nothing left. It was a hole in the ground.
You
Temperance is
saw-
gonna pull a handkerchief out from somewhere and hand it to her.
She very gratefully dabs her eyes. You notice that Rhea cannot be older than you are, Temperance. She is probably about the same age as you, maybe even a bit younger. Um, as she says,
Eh,
I've never seen anything like it.
The
Are there
whole city.
are we attracting any attention?
Not really. It's pretty dark. You guys are around the corner. You don't see anyone that seems to be watching or even paying you any mind for that matter. And she just says,
Oh,
"Yes, the entire city. There was nothing left. I can only imagine what would have happened had I been there. So I helped gather what people I could. There were so many that not in the city that didn't have anywhere to go. So I rounded them, and I guess this was the best place to come was to here at Baldur's Gate. I got in just before they sealed the gates, and well, I after that I heard the Flaming Fist put out a notice to catch all Hell Riders. So I've been trying to lay low.
perhaps we should continue this conversation at Bonnie's.
Oh,
If
yes,
they're
certainly.
looking for Hell Riders and
Can
Paladin's a little conspicuous.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I
Well,
look at this lady's like accoutrement and see, is she
so
like undercover or is she visibly?
yeah, so the good news is as long as she doesn't have when she has her cloak up and covered, she's not super obvious. So since she's a fairly I mean you can see that she's like pretty strong, but you wouldn't necessarily know that if you weren't looking. She's still fairly slight in terms of like her build. Just is like surprisingly strong for her stature. She probably isn't taller than 5'6", but so she just kind of looks with armor she with the cloak on, you wouldn't even know necessarily that she's wearing armor because of her build.
Ooh,
So
full
it's
five
not
six.
super
She is tall.
it's certainly not obvious.
Right. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
certainly.
probably a good place for us to park it.
Well, but we need to talk to Amric. We need to find out why they have Krieg.
Who's Krieg?
Well, I don't know that he's there, but I've heard that's the rumor that Thavius Krieg was seen in the city, that he was seen with a Vanthaper guard. I must find out why he is there.
Who is this?
Babies.
Thavius Krieg, he's the leader. He is the head of the city of Elturel. I would have assumed he was in the city when with Alder Ravengard when the city whatever happened to it, but he didn't.
Wait, so
Doc, would I not recognize that?
You would likely recognize the name Thavius Krieg. He has been
Yeah.
the leader for quite a long time.
Bonnie just shakes her head and looks very concerned and says, Krieg is missing also?
Yes, I'm worried. I'm sure that if we can find him, he can help. I don't know what the Vanthopers want with him or why he's there, but surely if he's there, he could do something for us.
And you think that Amric has him? You heard a rumor? Is that it?
I don't know if specifically Amric has him, but I do believe that
But the
one
family
of-
does.
yes, the family has him.
Hmm.
And if they have him, then I did, by the way, share with you a little Fabius Krieg, if you'd like to see his portrait, as well as how to spell his name.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So
This is so alarming, really. We want to decide what to do, my dear, but look where we are. We need to be in a safe place, and well, I could fix you a bite to eat also.
I'm fine. I am fine. Thank you, but no, we need to talk to Amric or to someone or go into their house, or we need to find Krieg. This is what will unravel everything. He will tell us what happened. I'm sure that they have him trapped in there.
Right. Listen, what kind of people do you think the Vanthopers are?
I don't know. They don't, from what I've heard, they don't seem terribly trustworthy. I guess it would depend. If Krieg trusts them, then I have to trust them too. But I don't know, maybe he's held there under hostage or something.
You're
Right.
assuming he's not there by choice.
Well,
Why would he be?
yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that the Vanthopers make bad enemies in this town. So if he's not there by choice, then we need to, I understand this is an emergency, very big and hectic things are happening, but we need to be a little careful because we don't help anybody dead or locked up same as him.
I guess I just listen. I'm not. She looks for a second. I just think if we went and talked to them, that we could sort something out.
I get the impression that Amric wouldn't admit to anything that he didn't want to. So especially if Krieg is there against his will, I don't think talking to Amric's going to help you there.
Well, and didn't you say, Raven, that Amric said something very scary and inflammatory about what he might do mere moments ago?
Yes. If we get in the way, he's not going to have any trouble getting us out of his way. He will inform his mother of your little conversation, Finnick. And everything should be fine if the person we're supposed to report to keeps his nose out of things.
Oh, this is why I hate politics.
Politics? This isn't politics. It's a hostage situation.
You know, on a certain level, all politics is a hostage situation.
Ugh.
I don't like any politics I'm used to.
This is why we leave choices to the High Overseer, and we just take care of what needs to be done, she says.
Blind obedience doesn't seem any better.
Blind obedience? Certainly not. We wouldn't have picked him if we didn't trust him.
So, you know, we don't have a lot of, I'll say, sort of address everybody else, we don't have a whole lot of levers to pull here, right? We got basically nothing out of Emmerich before. And we're quite short on leads, as I recall.
Well,
But the information that we got from Raven's little friend does indicate that there is a there, which we kind of already knew. We just don't know how quite to get at it.
Well, I think it's simple. We go to their house, we find Krieg, and then We demand answers from all of them.
That is one way we could go about it. On the way there, and back, there's probably going to be quite a number of Flaming Fist individuals that we would have to disincentivize from fighting us, let's say, or successfully defeat. It's not as easy as just walking in. I mean, they're a very rich and powerful family with, it seems, as far as I understand it, more or less control over the mercenaries who operate as guards in this town.
So I will say one thing that basically all of your characters know is the Flaming Fist basically only works in the lower city. In the upper city, they have their own guards.
Gotcha.
Now, that doesn't mean that they would not also be on the lookout for Hell Riders, but they are a completely separate organization. They don't trust the Flaming Fist to guard the opulent part of the city, only where the ruffians are.
Yeah, that's a good
So
choice.
they have a different group. Now, that doesn't mean the Flaming Fist isn't welcome in the upper city. They can totally go there. They do conduct business there. They're not the primary
Gotcha.
peacekeeping force. That would be
What,
the Watch.
if anything, do we know about the Hell Riders?
As soon as are you asking that question, Raven, or are you asking what you know?
I'm asking what Raven would know.
Not a whole lot. You've heard of them. They're Holy Knights of El Terrell. That much you know for sure, but you would know a little bit about them as you have some personal experience with those who are interested. But not a whole lot that you would know that way.
Would she find them to be people that she'd trust?
Yeah, so you would know alignment-wise, they tend towards lawful good.
Okay.
Lawful good, bordering on lawful stupid sometimes, but out of pure sincere belief and not out of pig-headedness, if that makes sense. So, they are notoriously forthright generally.
Okay.
So, Bonnie, what's your reaction to hearing all of that?
Well, eager to talk about the Hell Riders, had her mouth open if anybody was going to say, what do we know about the Hell Riders? But she also gets a puzzled look on her face and would interject into the conversation whenever she had an opportunity. This is very odd because we already know that someone else is missing, that the Grand Duke, older Ravengard, is missing also.
Yes.
It seems like
that's why I'm
we
so
should not
surprised.
blunder forth. We should be a tad careful. I blundered forth once and it was rather devastating. So actually, I think we need to quietly find a corner, possibly at my house, and have some dinner and decide how to move forward. I don't think that I am ready to bound up to someone's front door, fists flying, and try to liberate someone. I think we need a plan. Phoenix,
I gave
need
you
your
a
help.
plan. But we had one. We had a oh, and she kind of just she just kind of deflates a little bit.
You want
You
Go
have a
ahead.
plan, dear.
Yes. We go talk to
storm the
them.
castle with a couple novice kids, a drunken soldier, and a grandma.
I mean, I'm an expert soldier.
I'm not a grandmother, dear. I always wanted to be, but it didn't work out.
No, they're right. I
don't-
am drunk. I'm drunk now.
I don't think that storming the castle, as Raven put it, is probably the best in this particular situation because I imagine we'll be very much outnumbered and we possibly might risk anybody that's captive in there if we do that. I do think that a reconnaissance might be in order.
Well, then let's nab Amric.
Oh, that
Let's
seems
just
like a
grab
very bad
him.
idea.
Why? What if you already said he was going to kill us, what difference would it make?
Well, we don't. It's not that he's going to. It's more that if we were in the way that he would, there were a number of people in there, in addition to him.
It still falls into the going after someone we're not ready to go after yet.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, just curious, do you plan on getting in his way?
I think we all look at Finnick.
Yeah.
What do the six of you know? I mean, it does seem inevitable.
Then what difference does it make if we piss him off now or later?
Well, it's not just him we'd be pissing off, isn't it?
Well,
it's him and his brother and his mother, who's very powerful.
Yes, and that would happen inevitably, she says.
Yeah, but I mean, we could piss him off smart or we could piss him off stupid. Right? I mean...
Smart or stupid is a relative term. If it works, it isn't stupid.
Right.
No, we have to be smart in order for it to work, I think.
It can still be stupid, we'd just be lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky is better than right sometimes.
Alive is better than lucky.
That is true.
I get, okay, so you walk me through your vision. we waltz back into the place, kill or rough up all of his hooligans, nab him and go somewhere, and then step 2, beat information out of him, and then step 3, act on that information, and also what do we do with him?
I would highly suggest not taking him to Bonnie's house if we're going to do that.
Yeah, is there anybody we don't like? Let's take him there. Wait, who do I owe money to?
Him? Is there any
I might be coming around
at
on
any
this
point where he's more alone than not? Favorite brothel, another bar, someplace.
On his way home.
In the bath?
I mean, we know...
Because we've had real luck in baths before.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I appreciate your passion and your interest in Thavius Krieg. I know a bit about him, and whether or not he could help us or not, I do not know. But I am not prepared to go roaring into that place and begin a bar fight for any reason. We went to... I'm not finished yet, dear. You let me speak. I'll hear you, and then you can hear me, and there'll be communication between there, and possibly there'll be some growth and understanding. I'd like to have a plan and have some dinner. And if you are hell-bent on this, I must tell you that, well, my boundaries are in place, and you're going to do it without me.
Well, I guess I understand. It's just... I don't know. I feel like we could get something from Amric if we could talk to him, if we could find him. I'm not saying we need to storm into the bar and drag him out by his earlobes, but I don't know.
I mean, I just got to... I mean, I didn't have the information that you have. I just got done talking to him, and I got the sense that the only way for me to get any information out of him was to kick off some kind of a confrontation. He was very...
Oh, yes, that would be inevitable. Yes. Yes, no. I would like to make it clear. I am explicitly advocating for confrontation. Yes. But just with him, not with the others.
Well, how's that work?
I don't know. Hit him in the head and then ask him questions. He'll be a lot more likely to answer you if he has a sword to his throat.
Did you happen to notice the crowd of hooligans around him? How do you suspect we would get close enough to hit him in the head?
Well, make sure that we don't do it when he has a crowd of hooligans next to him, preferably.
To what? Oh. Wait till he leaves for the day.
That's one option.
But why would he have hooligans with him in the bar and then walk home alone?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, he's in there doing crimes right now.
Well, wouldn't he want it when he's doing the crimes and not when he's not doing the crimes?
It seems to me if I was the kind of person with that kind of money and also doing a bunch of crimes, that I'd have some bodyguards walk me home. I don't
I
know.
imagine
Maybe
the only
he's.
time he's alone is when he's with someone and in the privy.
Hmm.
So perhaps we should follow him. That would be much safer. Didn't you say it earlier? Reconnaissance. Yes, we should have some reconnaissance.
Yeah, I mean, our main problem does seem to be lack of information. And that would be one way to find out
Mm-hmm.
whether he's bodyguarded or not, is just to wait and see.
We might even be possible to nab him, like you're saying, in a solitary moment, and we could avoid detection, which would put us in a much more powerful position.
So what we're saying is chill your holy tear, Paladin.
She kind of huffs at you and says, I understand. I'm not used to being the one to come up with plans or give commands. That's not my job.
I am so
It's
not
not ours either,
surprised
it's his. And we point at Fennec.
Fenix is mid swig from his alchemy jug. What? He has some foam in his
Yeah.
beard.
Yeah, she kind of puts her hand in her face and goes, you seem like good people. I'll be honest, you do. You've been more helpful than anyone else I found in the city. I'm just worried for my city. I'm worried for my people. I'm worried for the other Hell Riders. I don't know what happened to El Terrell.
Are you the only Hell Rider in the city right now that you know of?
That I know of, yes. But there could be more, but they shut things down pretty quickly. I certainly don't know of anyone else.
Said that they were looking for you. Are they blaming the Hell Riders in some way?
Yes, they are. You actually, you would remember that that Zodge at the beginning said that it was probably El Terrell and the self-righteous Hell Riders who caused it to happen to themselves.
Oh, okay.
God.
The thing that's just stinks to high heaven to me is the idea that Ulster Ravengard leaves Baldur's Gate, goes to El Terrell. He's like one of the most important, if not the most important political figure of this city. And then the most important political figure of that city is already here when the place vanishes to wherever.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
that's
exactly
weird
my
as
point.
hell.
Yes, no, I agree. That's why I'm so concerned and why we have to find Krieg.
Yeah, I think maybe the wait and what follow Amric, see what his contingent looks like, make a decision then. It seems to me that accosting him on the street is roughly equivalent, if he brings all his friends with him, to accosting him in the bar. So that doesn't particularly change very much, except
Yes,
that
I
everyone
agree.
in the bar probably knows who I am by reputation.
I
Well,
certainly agree with you there.
Accosting him in an alley, I think, would be a bit better than the middle of a busy bar, personally. If it's just him and his goons, then
And there's a
we don't
chance he
have to
has less
worry
goons.
about, yes, and we don't have to worry about collateral injuries or anything like that.
Well, we just have to find a way to separate him from the rest.
Do we have any actual evidence that the Bandifers have Krieg?
He was spotted with Vanthaper guards, with house guards, house servants, in the upper city.
In the upper city, near the house, or
Yes,
just
near their house, going towards their house.
Was Amric in that party?
I don't know, but from what I've heard and from what you say, he knows what's going on. It seems like he and his mother are rather close.
Was he chained or shackled in any way, or was he just out for a stroll?
And not that I heard.
And who did the spotting?
Well, hold on as the DM checks his notes.
Sorry.
That is here somewhere. I just need to find it. Okay.
I forgot about possibility students, Robbie. I didn't mean to say other words.
So no, you're good. It just says
Okay.
reports. So
Reports. Okay.
yeah, reports. So it's been rumored.
I mean, it's still the only lead we have, so
Yes. And maybe we can get some information from him. Although what we do with him then, I don't know. If we can get some information, maybe we can take him to the Fist and have them imprison him. That seems like
Cleo can be rather encouraging when she's venomous.
Well, I don't want to torture him. Come on, I'm not.
Just a little snake venom. I have good berries.
Excuse me.
What do you think he's going to tell us of his own free will?
Well, no, that's why we just be really scary.
What's the difference between a sword to the throat and snake torture?
Phoenix is pretty scary when he wants to be.
She kind of crumples at that, kind of realizing that you are definitely. She had not fully thought through this.
Yes, because the 4-foot tiefling is terrifying. And her little tail swishes.
First thing in the morning,
she edges
maybe.
her horn bud.
Every time the word Hellriders gets said, Bonnie twists her hands in her apron. She's looking around frantically to see if they're being observed, and she's even trying to edge in whatever direction she thinks would be home. She's very uncomfortable.
Well, then let's just stay here and wait till he leaves and then tail him. Find a way to separate him from his compatriots, and then we can go. We can get what we need.
Phoenix, is this what our job description when we signed on? Is that what we signed on for?
Job? What do you mean job description? She looks at you kind of confused.
Well, I seem to have signed some sort of a contract. I will admit I did not read it thoroughly. I should have. Lesson learned. Neil and I seem to have signed on for 5 years to patrol the city, we thought, but we're sort of being forced to, well, do some rather serious things of which I'm not quite understanding.
Well, wait, you got your... And she kind of comes to realize, you guys are with the Flaming Fist? And she takes a couple steps back, like kind of scared. She even reaches for her sword.
We're not going to arrest you or anything. I mean, clearly there's something else going on.
Yeah, also, do you have any idea how much paperwork that would involve? I gotta tell you, I don't like to write. I don't know if you can tell that about me.
Yeah, she kind of she does. She she had not exactly pulled her sword, but she got had her hand on it. But she drops and says, "Well, but a well-maintained bureaucracy is simple for the lawful running of a country. Paperwork is a necessary evil, as far as evil is necessary." And she chuckles to herself at her paladin joke.
I mean, do you want us to arrest you?
No, that's not what I meant. No, never mind. Forget I said anything.
Forgotten.
Well, okay. Well, then she looks to you, Phoenix. I guess you're in charge. So what is it that we're going to do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just let's wait and see if he comes out onto the streets. If he's, got his full contingent, we'll just wait until they're, I don't know. So, well, what would Phoenix know about, you said that the Flaming Fist in general is able to conduct business in the upper city. How easy would it be for us to get into the upper city?
Flash badges and get in.
Okay.
Yep.
How easy would it be for us to get Rhea Mantlemorn into the upper city?
They would not. Questioning the Fist is not generally a good idea. Okay. And unless she was very obviously someone who they had a known interest in, they would not question things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, here's what I'm thinking. If he comes out and he has his full contingent of goons, just follow them all the way to the house and case the place. You know what I mean? See what they've got going on. Because, starting a huge street fight with this guy basically puts a target on our back anyways. We might as well there's no difference between that and breaking into their house, basically, in terms of consequences for us, right?
He
So,
nods.
so at that point, we might as well see if we have a way in, right? And figure that out. But if he comes out with, only a couple of people or something, then maybe it's something we can take care of quietly before the alarm can be raised, and then separate him from his goons and ask him whatever questions we might be able to get an answer for. Is that? And it's like at this point, Phoenix is like sweating from having to do all this thinking. Does that make sense to everybody else? It's like he hasn't had to exercise this muscle, and probably whatever adventuring party he used to be in, he wasn't the guy doing the plans.
I mean, I think it makes sense to me. I don't really know what other possibilities there are, to be honest.
Unless you guys have any scrying magic or a sending spell.
I have message, but I have to be pretty close for that.
I
The
see.
only
Yes.
spell I know how to cast is Behead, and he just sort of like hefts his axe a little bit.
Well, I've heard that one could be useful.
Yes, and I can look at things from high up, but I can't scry on a particular person or anything. I don't really have anything that's like that.
Well,
I see. That's understandable.
I don't know how I can do this because I understand so little of what it is that's happening to me right now. But I seem to have the ability to stop people in their tracks, which I suppose might be beneficial if we could get him isolated.
Certainly. Yes.
That would be helpful.
I'm very concerned. I had no idea that we might do anything that involved secrecy or merging into the environment. But as you can see, I'm very poorly dressed. It's one reason. Well, I mean, I love how I look. I love my apron, and I keep it with me always. Or an apron. But I do have others that are a little less obvious. I have other clothes at home. I'm afraid I'd rather stand out here, if you see what I mean, and you see what she means.
Well, I guess we have to deal with the hand that is dealt towards us.
Well, I'll do my best to be as stealthy as possible and keep hidden. I want to be helpful.
I understand. So, all right, you guys tell me what it is you want to do.
So I think we're gonna wait to see if or when Amric comes
Hey,
out.
look, it's a battle map.
Oh, mhm.
Oh
I
boy.
think Bonnie would be looking for something to hide her nice, pretty light blue dress behind.
I might be able to help with that actually. And Temperance is gonna take off her cloak and throw it over Bonnie. And as she does, it turns into something very dingy and tattered looking and a
Love
lot
it.
different than when Temperance was wearing it, and it was just kind of like a faded purple.
Oh my, this is wonderful. Bonnie's going to add to that if she can. Looks down at her pretty pristine white apron, and she's going to prestidigitate it into hopefully a dingier apron. I don't know
You
how
can
much.
certainly
how
do
long-
that. Yeah,
I
you
don't know
can.
how long it lasts, but she's going to work on it. So the dirt may move around a bit on the apron if she has to continually redo it.
You can
But she
certainly
can-
dirty it. That is not a
Yeah,
problem.
I think it just says clean or soil an object, so I think the soiling
Yeah.
is real and
It
not
just kind of is
illusionary.
It just
Okay.
makes it dirty as opposed to clean, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. She dirties herself up. She grimaces a bit, but she does it.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to do. All right. So just so you know, you guys were talking over here. The low lantern is down a little farther to the south. So you imagine that you'll probably have to walk through this courtyard.
So are we like staking the place out?
Well, I would think that we would be. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Temperance. It really makes me feel much better.
You're
In
very
that
welcome.
case, Raven is going to wild shape into a cat and kind of stay close to the inn, tavern, boat.
There's a lot of words there.
All of the above.
Okay.
I think Bonnie becomes much more comfortable in hiding now that so she's going to do her dead level best, being one of the bigger members of the party, to just be as inconspicuous as possible and stealthy.
Yeah, go ahead and roll those stealth checks for anyone who is trying to stealth. Feel free to move yourselves around as necessary.
Oh boy.
Go ahead.
Hold on, I'm yeah.
Surprisingly, she wild shapes into a dingy, dirty orange cat, a la Weasley.
Okay, Bonnie's going to cough up her chat inspiration because that was a lowly 6, and she wants to do better. So we're going to try it again.
That's only a 12 from Phoenix.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self and just kind of not necessarily change the way that she looks particularly, but the way that she looks like she's dressed, so she fits in a little bit better.
Gotcha.
Bonnie rolled an 11.
And
Okay.
Stealth. Well, that was crap. I rolled a 7. I think I'm also going to use my chat inspiration.
Okay.
Which was an 8, so.
We're not very good at this, are we? Which we were trying to tell people.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how much leeway we have to move before things kick off.
Right now, nothing has happened, so you're welcome to move yourself as much as you like.
Because I think...
And the tavern's down here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And just in terms of what we're looking at, what is it's looks like a lot of refuse and stuff.
Yeah, you're in the kind of crappy part of the city, so
I almost
things
feel
are
like there's a little
down.
bit of a nook right there Phoenix could maybe fit in.
Yeah, that's probably doable.
Just figuring like he wants to be closer to the action rather than far away. Even if he gets seen first, he's like, well, that's kind of the point of Phoenix, you know?
That's the thing he does.
Yeah.
Where's the inn's down this way?
We set off over here, was it?
Yeah.
Over here. Okay.
Okay, I think Bonnie is trying to hide behind a barrel that's not nearly as tall as Bonnie with her 11. I don't know. How does the DM say stealth is with an 11?
Gotcha. And oh yeah, I forgot, Raven, you're a cat. I was about to say you're gonna stand out in the middle, and then I realized you're a cat. Of course you're standing
I'm
in
a
the middle.
cat.
That's fine. You can be cat. That's fine. Okay, and then Temperance, and then instruct Rhea what you would like her to do, and I will roll for her as well. Let me go ahead and add her to the campaign, as I do, in fact, have a stat sheet for Rhea.
Yeah, I might tell her to stick close to me, maybe back here or something.
Okay.
And just to, And I guess I should make a signal. For like attack. Because we're waiting to see what kind of retinue this guy has, and if we want to. And of course, that choice may get taken away since we aren't doing great on stealth, but we don't know that. So I think the signal would just be like a whistle, just like a loud whistle.
Okay. All right. Everyone's in position. And Raven, feel free to move Cleo as well, if you would like.
I do think Bonnie is crouching. Okay. I don't know what that does to...
Raven, I'll say since you're a cat, you have advantage on this roll. That seems fair.
Sweet.
So, all right. And then let me know what that was, McReese.
What kind of roll?
Stealth still. Just like I assume you already rolled once for stealth. but you can roll again. Okay, well, you can roll advantage.
Mine or as a cat?
You would use cat stats because that's dexterity.
Okay.
So you would add the cat's bonus. But if you're proficient, you're still proficient.
I am not.
Okay. Okay.
How does Phoenix have the best
+2.
stealth roll with disadvantage?
Because the rest of us rolled terribly. That's how.
4 and 10.
Excellent. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh my God.
We should not be sneaking as this party.
And episode 5 was the campaign where the chapter where it all changed, everyone.
Okay.
Looking back now, I can see clearly the moment where it all went wrong.
Well, I thought that was back in the dungeon when Bonnie yelled.
One of the many.
Ow.
Okay. All right. Well, you see Amric is walking down with 2 of his goons accompanying him. This sounds like a good time for some music, by the way.
2 is better than 6.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. As he starts to move in, he kind of looks over at your way, Raven, but doesn't seem to pay you too much attention.
He's just cleaning her paw and her whiskers.
Gotcha. And then he's moving along, and then all of a sudden he stops. He puts his hand up. He looks around. And you just hear him say, "Hello? I believe there are some of you around. Are you there for me?"
Dramatic flop on her side.
I should also roll stealth for Rhea. Forgot about that. Don't worry, she has disadvantage.
Yeah, naturally.
Great. Which by our logic means she should roll better than the rest of us, right?
Right? 2 nat 20s coming in.
Correct, 14.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
That's amazing. Oh, man. That's so good.
Okay. You see him pull a dagger.
Can we tell which direction he's looking at, like who he might be talking to?
He's kind of scanning the area. He definitely looked towards Bonnie first, though.
Oh boy. I mean, screw
That's
it.
an 11 for Cleo.
I think the hour of reckoning is upon us. I say Phoenix whistles. Let's just do this.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Jeez. Now, really?
Okay. No, I'm gonna burn DM inspiration on that. No, I'm gonna burn chat inspiration on that one.
Okay.
That's a 3.
There we go.
And I am going to switch over from my Baldur's Gate dice.
Phoenix is in here with a beautiful nat
That one was weird for me.
And Bonnie rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
And
Now you roll a
23.
nat 20?
It's okay, because I have a plan.
I rolled a dirty 20, so.
Okay. All right, I'll go through what I have here. Raven, that was a 3.
Great big old 3.
Temperance, 18.
It's actually a 20. Mine's
Okay.
doing weird things.
You got it. Rhea,
So.
we got a 4. Phoenix, what was yours? It didn't come through per usual.
Yeah, it's so weird. It must be my D&D Beyond.
Oh, well.
Anyway, it was a dirty 20 on the advantage with the.
You got it. And
chat
Bonnie,
inspo.
23.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and I need to. Oop, there goes the chat inspiration.
Okay. By the way, if you give Rhea a command or ask her to do something, she will follow. If you don't want to worry about what she's doing, I will play her as I think she would act. So your call on that one. So I don't plan on running her as a DMPC. You guys do have complete control over her. But if you don't feel like you have to make choices for her, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, I think as the fight's starting, her understanding would be that the signal to just attack was a whistle, and
yeah,
which
she
Fenix
knew
gave,
that.
So
Yeah, she already knew that. Okay. With that, Bonnie, you are up first.
With a sheer moment of brilliance, Bonnie has an idea. She knows that she looks quite unusual. She stands up, flips her cape to the side so they get to see her white apron and her blue dress, and she starts to move them and towards them and says, "Oh, I am so glad that you spotted me. I have managed to get myself lost, and I have no idea what's going on, and actually I'm kind of frightened to be here." And she's going to move whatever it took her to stand up. What was it?
You're fine. You were just crouched, so you still have all
Okay.
30 foot of movement.
Okay, so she is actually going to walk right up close to him, not in melee range. Not in melee range, but she's going to make an effort to get close to him, and she is going to say, "I am so lost, and I don't think I want to be here, although I'm sure there are very nice people here." And she's just kind of babbling. Meanwhile, she is preparing hold person to throw at whoever moves first.
Okay, gotcha. So holding person, whoever moves first. Easy enough. Okay. Phoenix.
okay, Fenix is gonna bonus action rage. And okay, just before I move, what's the status of this? Difficult terrain or?
That would be difficult terrain. Yes, correct.
Okay. I'm going to make a ruler because I don't know how much of this is in the difficult terrain and isn't. If I follow a path...
Yeah, that's fine. You can
like
even do that. Yes, that's totally fine.
Okay, all right. Cool.
Yep. You can even cut that one corner, this
All
one
right.
right here.
Okay.
There's more than enough space for you to cut
Fenix
that
is
corner.
going to get as close as he can.
Okay.
And reckless attack with
You got
the
it.
great axe. Dirty 20 to hit.
Roll damage.
That is 9 damage.
You got it. Okay. And that's your turn, right?
Yeah, so Fenix goes into a rage, and once again, he doesn't shout and scream and do the normal barbarian stuff. His eyes just go kind of flat, but he rushes out and swings his axe.
Okay. That will move us to Temperance.
Okay. Temperance is going to move up to here, which let me double check. Yeah. Which puts her in range to cast Bane on all three of those guys.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Now they need to make a save, right? Is that a wisdom save?
It's a charisma save.
Charisma. Okay. All right. We'll start with Blue.
It's a DC 13.
Blue fails. Now Red. Red succeeds. Red succeeds. And Amric. Amric fails.
Sweet.
Okay, so blue is the only, or red is the only one who succeeds.
Okay. So whenever that target fails a save, when they make an attack roll or saving throw
Minus
for
a
the
D4.
next minute, they have to roll a d4 and subtract the number.
Mm-hmm.
From
And they
the
make a
attack
save
roll
at the
or
end of their
save.
turn, or is it just the next minute?
Nope, it's just for as long as the spell exists.
Sucks for them. Don't know what
Sucks
to
for
say.
them.
All right, you have a bonus action and movement. Oh no, you already moved. So bonus.
I already
action.
moved. Bonus action, spiritual weapon.
You did one level spell.
Oh, I
You
did a
can't do
spell.
two.
Never mind. You're
Yep.
right.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. It will be Red's turn, as he is going to turn and make an attack against Phoenix. 2 attacks against Phoenix with his mace at advantage.
And does my whole person go off?
That's kind of your choice on what you define as moving. By moving, did you mean running or just making an attack? I'll let you decide.
I think the first thing that she saw any motion at all, Bonnie was going to throw whole person at it.
Okay. All right, that works. So that's a wisdom saving throw for them. And at a 9, they fail. So, which is good, because that means that they just avoided a crit against Phoenix. So, as you see him raising his mace, about to smack the crap out of Phoenix, he kind of stops mid-air. Okay, as he is held.
And you see Bonnie just kind of act like she's mopping flour off of her face or something.
Got it.
And he freezes.
Okay. It is now Amric's turn. Now, Amric saw you do that, and he is upset. And you hear him say, "Oh, lady, you have made quite the mistake today," as he is going to make 3 attacks against you.
Oh, darn.
Oh, well, that's only a
Thought she
12,
was so
which
brilliant.
I think misses, right?
It needs to be a 16 because
Okay.
that mighty apron is her mage armor.
Well, that one's a 22.
Oops, that
Did you
one's
roll the
gonna hit.
D4s?
Oh,
Oh,
hold
yeah,
on.
roll a
Let me.
D4.
Well,
This
it won't
is
With a
matter.
Bane.
22, yeah, with a 22.
It won't matter for the 22, and the first one missed outright.
That's
so
true.
The third
Just-
one, I will do that though. So 7
Just-
damage. You can go ahead and roll me a concentration check. So just be a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, it's trying to get the mouse to come down where I need it. There we go.
Third one misses outright.
Okay, a 4.
All right, you lose concentration on your hold person.
Rip.
Okay, but we
Ugh.
still missed that one thing.
You
right,
did miss the
okay.
attack, right? You did miss the
a
attack. for
And
good
sure.
how
one,
much
too.
damage did I take? Can you remind me of the damage, please?
7 damage.
Seven.
He's very frustrated as he tries to stab you twice, missing, but one catches you in the shoulder, doing a good amount of damage. You all hear Bonnie cry out in pain. All right.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It is now Rhea's turn. Now, Rhea is still hidden, technically. Let's see. She has 30 feet of movement, which is what I expected. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Nope. Bad. No, she's just gonna come over right here next to Phoenix, which was 25 the other way. So, and while that is happening, she's gonna pull out her heavy crossbow and make a full, or make an attack at advantage, because she was hidden at Red. Actually, she's gonna use her javelin, not her heavy crossbow. She is better at that. Okay, at advantage, since she was hidden. Oh, almost a nat 20, but a 22 instead. Okay. And that will hit for max damage. 10
Nice.
damage against that guy.
Nice.
Okay. As the javelin lands center mass in him, you hear him, ugh! Okay. That will take us to Raven!
Okie dokie. Raven is going to stay in wild shape to use the extra movement,
Mm-hmm.
and she is going to bounce and do the kitty jump onto Phoenix, and then onto Red, and then onto Blue. And
Okay.
then she is going to bonus action drop.
So it's actually an action, because only Moon Druids get it as a bonus action.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Then they need to update D&D Beyond, because that's not what I read.
I'll check real quick. I'm happy to check, always, but I'm pretty sure. Ready?
Shape. You can revert back to your normal using a bonus action on your turn.
Okay, if that's what it says in your character sheet, then we're gonna go with it.
Yeah, I think it's that going in is an action, but coming out is still a bonus. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If that's what it says in
Okay.
your character sheet, that's what we're going with.
Yep. In which case, she is going to use her dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's got her legs wrapped around the neck of this dude.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a 19.
You won't be able to occupy the same space as him while you are yourself, but you can be right next to him.
Okay.
That's a halfling ability, unfortunately. 19
Well,
will
she is
definitely hit.
halfling.
That's true, but mechanically not. So
19
okay.
hits.
19 definitely hits.
3 damage.
You got it.
And then while she does that, Cleo is going to make her way over to that dude.
Okay.
And
Now, I will say she was on top of the roof, correct?
No, she was just in a puddle.
Oh, okay. That's
It was
fine.
just bad positioning of the token.
Okay. All right.
She's
And
not a
then, now,
Sure.
Cleo is a
Flight.
familiar. Familiars cannot make bite attacks on their own. They can only deliver touch spells.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Okay.
That is a Pact of the Chain feature.
Okay, then she's just going to move into position
You got
next
it.
to the dude.
Now, it still counts for, whether it would be sneak attack or whatever else. That would still work, but okay. It is now Blue's turn, who is going to, having Raven right next to you, is going to make a couple of attacks. Okay, 2 attacks. Mod 20. Oh,
On me?
yes.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Actually, I hit the wrong modifier, but it's an 18, so that should still hit.
Mhm.
With the D4, did you do the D4? Subtract the D4.
Oh, I did not. All right, hold on.
I'm not gonna let you forget.
Don't, please don't. Guess what? That was a -3, which makes it a 15. Does
It
15
still
hit?
hits.
Okay,
Yep.
never mind. It was worth a shot.
Rats.
Okay. Then 6 damage as the mace hits you for the first time. And the second attack, that's a 15, but minus a d4. 14.
Meat beats.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Then that would be an 8 damage on that one. Okay. Bonnie, we are back around again. It is your turn.
Gotta ask the DM, excuse me, because so much of what Bonnie has is range, and thought she was saving herself by staying away from him. Can she try whole person again, or does
You
it
can.
have to be ranged?
Nope,
Okay.
you can do it right next to you.
Then she is going to try to cast hold person now on Amric, who's right
Okay.
in front of her.
You got it.
So
And
he
that
needs a
will be
wisdom
minus
saving
that.
throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minus the D4, yes. I
Yep.
think.
All right.
Because it's a saving throw.
Yep. Well, then that would be a 10. He is held.
He is held. Okay.
Nice.
So then Bonnie says, I've got him. In a very, and I'm going to say that she, she does that same thing again. And kind of, and then says, I've got him. Or I've got
Okay.
that. Maybe she would say that. She's trying to let everybody know she has done the whole
Okay.
person thing that she said she could do.
Gotcha. You have movement and a bonus action.
Well, he can't do anything to me, can he?
Correct.
So
Nope, he is
Bonnie
completely held.
is going to wrong dot. Okay. So Bonnie, because she is a range person, is going to move back
Okay.
a ways. Yes.
You got it. Okay, and then bonus action?
Well,
you cast
I've
a
used-
spell, but you could use your healing light if you wanted to heal Phoenix or yourself or Raven, who have all taken hits.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me get.
I don't. Did I take a hit? I think he almost.
Did you not? Oh, you were
he was
going
gonna
to
hit
take
me,
a
but
hit.
the other.
So,
yeah.
But the
So
whole
Phoenix
person
is
took
So
effect. Yeah.
so Raven has taken a couple of hits for sure.
Okay, and my healing light is a feature trait, right? So it
Yes,
doesn't
correct.
take because I did
Yep.
my action. Okay.
Yep, but this does not
Um,
count against that. You are still good to go.
Okay, then I am. Oh, uses. There we go. I, as a bonus action, are going to look around, and whoever I see is the most damage, I am going to cast healing light at them.
Yeah, that would be Raven for sure.
Let's see, you have a 5d6 healing pool that resets. I think that because I don't really know, I'm going to do 1.
Okay, that's fine.
1d6 to just hopefully, I can't. It's dark, it's
Yep.
night, whatever. So I'm rolling a d6, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's a 3.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you.
Right now, let me check if there's anything else that happens when you do that, or if it's just... No, it's just that. Okay. So, yeah, but you do heal 3, so... All right. With that, that is going to take us to Phoenix.
Excellent. Phoenix is going to run forward, provoking an attack of opportunity, and stop directly in between these two cats.
Okay. Yeah, let me roll that attack. Now, only 1, because you didn't leave the other one's range. But that is a natural 1, so he doesn't hit anything.
Nice. And then Phoenix is going to... Phoenix is going to attack Blue, I think. He's hoping maybe that Rhea can get red along with everyone else.
Okay, I will say, if you attack, Amric is held, so you auto crit on him.
Right. I think what he's thinking is like... The goal is to talk to Amric in the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta burn down his help,
Okay.
And like
No,
he's
that's fair enough.
nasty. I've seen him make 3 attacks. He's nasty as a fighter, but I think Phoenix is prioritizing taking out his guards.
Yeah, that's fair.
But he's positioned himself so that Amric can't get away because without taking attacks of opportunity, and Phoenix has
Gotcha.
Sentinel, so that's sort of his
You got it.
thought process. Okay, reckless attack on Blue.
Mm-hmm.
21 to hit.
Definitely does. Roll damage.
Terrible damage. 8.
Okay,
I rolled
and
a
that's
2 and a
including
3
your
so
extra?
far.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
that
that
does
would be
include
including
the
your extra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brutal.
Alrighty. Bonus action.
Oh yeah, I can make a bonus action attack with the armor.
Sure can.
Can I throw? Actually, I'm still just gonna throw that at the same guy. Let me see. And that also has advantage, right?
If you're reckless, yeah.
So that's 15 to hit.
Sure does.
Okay. Does my rage damage?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. It's a strength-based
So
check.
that is 8.
8. Okay, yeah.
So he
Yeah,
did as much damage
absolutely.
with the spiked armor as he did with the great axe. We've established that
Listen.
Phoenix is a little drunk, so he just kind of stumbles into the guy.
Yeah, you slam into him with your shoulder and it like pierces right through his sternum. So okay. Alrighty. That will take us to Temperance.
I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at Red Goon.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Oh god, that's an 8.
No,
Boo.
not quite.
Okay.
Bonus
you have
action.
inspiration. If you're not
You
saying
do
you
have
should use
inspiration.
it, but you have it.
I do have inspiration, and I think I am going to use it.
Okay.
It was a 7. So
Wow, that was
I-
not meant to be.
nope, I was
that-
not meant to
It
hit.
was not meant to be.
Was that
So-
chat or DM inspiration?
That one
Chat.
was DM, but I
Okay.
used my chat inspiration earlier, so I am
yeah.
out of inspiration
Okay.
altogether.
Gotta pull that one.
Alright, bonus action. Can't
Bonus
cast a spell
action.
unless
I
it's a cantrip.
can't. Yeah, I cannot cast a spell because I
Unless
do
you
not
have Quicken
have...
Spell. I don't remember if you have Quicken Spell.
Oh, do I have Quicken Spell? That is a very good question. Where the heck is it?
I can check.
I'm looking. No, I do not have Quicken Spell as one of my
Okay.
things.
Definitely don't forget to be using your meta magics. That's
Yeah.
kind of the whole.
It's my first time playing a sorcerer, so I've got
Yeah.
to remember to look at that.
For whatever it's worth, I don't think anything yet would have been too terribly
No.
necessary, so I don't think you've forgotten to use it.
No, I haven't. I've got
Okay.
distance spell, but not quicken spell.
Yep.
Nope. So I don't have anything useful as a bonus action,
All right.
and I'm gonna stay where I am.
That will take us to Red's turn. He's gonna take a step up and attack Rhea.
Oh, I have had this like halfway off the map for a minute here. Sorry, everyone at home. Yell at me about that when you see it.
Attack 1 against Rhea. A 14 will not hit, but the 21 will, and he is not baned, so... Okay, she has pulled out her shield. She is straight sword and board, by the way. She's as paladin as you get, guys. Whoa, we just
hang on a
popped
second.
all of our... Okay.
Yeah. Everything's fine here. One moment, everyone.
Everything's fine. We're all doing
Just
fine.
doing a little bit.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
For everyone at
Before you
home,
come-
I had to update Zoom today, which meant that I had to redo a bunch of stuff in OBS to make everything work. But
Bit
it's
of a boring
fine.
conversation anyway.
We're back.
Oh, sorry. Oh, hey, look, we have a Cam. Yay.
Hello, everybody.
We have a Kaylee,
Hello,
apparently.
hello.
I love that everybody. Okay.
Yay.
We'll fix this in just a minute.
And then,
Okay.
We are
All right.
in initiative.
Yes. We'll catch up in just a minute here. Okay, that will take us to Amric's turn, who is held, but he does get to make his save
with Bane.
with Bane. Not gonna matter when you roll a 5. I can see if it ends up being a 1, but not gonna matter too much for him. That will take us to Rhea's turn. Rhea is gonna bonus action and use a smite, as she is starting to get angry, actually. So, you are going to see, let's see, which smite is she going to use? She is going to use a searing smite, as she makes her attack roll against this hooligan with her longsword. Ooh, that might not hit. Let me check. Nope, that does still hit with a 13. Okay, so let's roll damage. One-handed. Minimum damage, so that's 5. Okay. But we also have some fire damage here.
Smite.
Yeah, she's not double smiting him. She needs the spell slots. Okay, but that's 5 fire damage, and he needs to make a save or be caught on fire. So that's a dex save. Nat 20, he is not caught on fire. But you do see as a sear of yellowish fire spouts up behind you, Raven, or to the right of you. All right, that will be her whole turn, which will take us to Raven.
I am going to. Ooh, he moved. Okay. I'm casting Dust Devil right here between red and blue.
Okay, you're gonna have to read me that spell. It's been a hot minute.
Choose an unoccupied 5-foot cube of air that you can see within range. An elemental force that resembles a Dust Devil appears. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the Dust Devil must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 1d8 bludgeoning damage and is pushed 10 feet away.
Any creature that's within 5 feet? That would include you at the moment. Unless you take a step to the left, or unless you take a step to the left, that would currently include you.
She takes a step to the left.
Okay.
Is that my left?
I got you. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I was going to go back here because she was going to try to get. Well, yeah.
If you move the other direction, you'll take an attack of opportunity because that's a building behind you. You can't actually move backwards.
Oh, okay.
So that's the roof of a building. All right. So is that on their turn they make the save, or now they make the save?
Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet.
Okay, cool. Excellent. All right.
And then take half out of fail and a full on.
Sounds good. Okay. It is now Blue's turn, who...
Bonus action Shillelagh on my staff.
Okay, gotcha. Is seen... Oh, man. He doesn't know what to do. I think he is going to attack Raven, seeing that you were the one who cast that spell, and he really doesn't want that to be a thing.
She smirks.
It doesn't matter when you roll a nat 1. He does get a second attack.
I have Sentinel.
I rolled a 1 and a 2. You can go ahead and roll your Sentinel attack.
And I would like to roll my Sentinel attack.
Yeah, go for it.
It's not still advantage, right? Because it's off my turn?
Yes, correct.
Doesn't matter when you roll a 19. That's a 25.
Nope. Roll damage.
Let's hope I get good damage for once, please. No.
You do still
3.
have...
I need
You
to
do
put
still
my,
roll the barbarian stuff,
Yeah.
though, so...
I need to put my digital dice in dice jail.
Okay. All right. That will take us back to the top of initiative with Bonnie.
Okay, do we want to roll Neil in?
No, because we're almost done with this.
Oh, good. Oh, that's
Hopefully.
good to know. Bonnie is looking at whoever is the most damaged between red and blue.
They're
And
both
fiery.
pretty miserable, honestly.
Okay, then she will
Yes.
pick the one, figuring that our Phoenix, the hero, can handle what's in front of him. She is going to aim, I think we can do, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to move. I meant to measure. I think I'm within 60 feet
Oh,
to pop off. She whips out her spatula and aims it at red and twirls it. And this time, a red hot apple corer flies out of the end of her spatula, embedding itself, hopefully, into him. Now,
Okay.
is that something that
Are you
roll?
casting... what spell are you casting?
Guiding bolt. That's guiding
Okay.
bolt.
So, yes, you rolled a hit.
Let me get to that. Where did it go? I'm at the bottom of the thing. My
Mm-hmm.
guiding bolt. There it is. Oh, that's good. That's a 24 to hit.
Okay, you can roll damage if you like, but he's dead.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay, he had 3 hit points left, so...
Love it.
That
Oof.
means... Wait, hold on. I think you're out of spell slots, because you cast Hold Person twice.
I thought, wait a minute. Is guiding bolt not
Yeah,
a
guiding
cantrip?
bolt's not a
First level
cantrip.
spell.
Oh, I'm telling you, the
But
wrong
you can do
thing
the
then.
Eldritch
Oh,
Blast. It still hits. Go ahead and roll for it.
Okay, it's the Eldritch Blast. So you want me
Yep.
to re-roll the? I am
just
so
just
sorry.
roll the to hit. Just roll the damage. You don't have to re-roll the to hit because the to hit's
Okay.
exactly the same.
Okay.
So-
It does not look like the apple core, though. The Eldritch Blast is that, I believe this, I need to check. Okay, that's 9 points of damage.
He is equally as dead. Okay.
Okay, and it looked like what it looked like. I want to tell you because it's
Okay.
really important. Okay, so Eldritch Blast looks like the dervish of moving energy, and it actually is whatever I would have cooked for breakfast this morning, and I don't remember because it's been 2
You made
weeks.
casserole.
Biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh,
Biscuits
no,
and
casserole.
Oh,
Breakfast
breakfast
casserole.
casserole. All right, so
Yeah,
it
Yes,
is
you
like-
remember very specifically what you cooked.
Okay, breakfast
Christmas
He
casserole.
is covered in breakfast casserole and
All
can't
right.
breathe. It gets up his nose.
Bonus
Gross.
action.
Okay, I'm seeing anybody else, and I can't tell who is more damaged. If
You
nobody.
and Raven are the only ones who are damaged, but no one's damaged that badly.
Okay, I am gonna. Well, why not? I'm gonna do it for Raven again.
Okay.
And
Just
that's
one?
a D6
Yep.
for Raven. Oh, 5 more for
Okay.
Raven.
Ooh,
You got it.
thank you.
Alrighty. That will bring us to Phoenix.
Okay, let's try and put Bluey out of his misery here. This gonna be a reckless.
No, not Bluey.
Reckless with the great axe. Oh, I'm gonna have to roll it. I mean, that's okay.
Definitely hits. Roll damage.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll take the dirty 20, and 4. All right, 10.
Okay.
I have not rolled
All
above
right,
a 5
as
on a
you,
on a
as
D12.
you
I have not rolled above
yeah.
a 5 in 6.
Well, here's the
attacks.
good news. It's not going to make that much of a difference as you, as Macbeth would say, cleave him from knave to chops. So just like MacDonald, he is dead. Okay.
Bonus
sorry,
action.
Say sorry, Raven, that no one has had the chance to be affected by your thing because they both died.
I am going to bonus action just make the spike attack against
Got it. At
Amric.
advantage, auto crit. You have to roll to hit, but you auto crit if you do.
19?
Auto crit, roll crit damage.
Crit damage. Oh, and the crit damage, were we using altered crit rules?
We were.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll this, we'll add 4.
Yep.
That is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have to
You
use
hear
my
a
finger.
as he shrieks in pain or
Yeah,
tries
and I
to.
think it's like I think Fenix was expecting to get more resistance as he swung his axe. So this is he swings and kind of like stumbles.
You just stab him in the back of the neck.
He swings through and then stumbles back into
Love it.
into Amric.
Okay.
Ugh.
All right, Temperance.
Well, Amric's still held, so I think what I'm gonna do instead is do a healing word for Bonnie.
Ooh.
Okay.
So that is max. So you get 7 points.
Wow.
And that just kind of, I guess it's never mind.
Okay.
Because it's just verbal. So
Yeah, you do though, as you do smell some charred embers, some smoke, as those healing words hit you. It's like something's been left on the skillet a bit too long. All right. Action. You still have an action.
I do still have an action. I think I'm gonna hold a dagger throw.
For what trigger?
For if the hold person drops on Amric.
Okay, so just so you know, if you do it now, you have advantage. But if you wait till it drops, you don't have advantage on the attack.
Oh, okay. Well, I was trying not to kill him, but not that I think he's close.
You can always declare non-lethal damage. So,
Okay.
unless you're using magic, you can just say you want to use non-lethal.
Okay. Then I will just throw the dagger at him. And that's 21.
Hits, roll
Oh,
damage.
I guess I didn't do it at advantage. It's the 21's better.
And you don't auto crit ranged attacks, only melee. So just go ahead and roll
That's
normal damage.
Fine. 5.
Okay, 5. You got it? Okay, it is his turn. He will see if he is able to escape. 15. He is no longer held. Okay,
Is
that is
that with
the end
the
of his
D4?
turn, though. Oh, it is
Was
not.
15 wait a minute. What did he have to be?
Not gonna matter. He got a -4. That's an 11. Bane coming in clutch.
Your
okay.
If your spell
Your
save
spell
DC.
save.
What-
spell save.
But what was he trying? Why was his 15 going to win?
You get 15 is your spell save, isn't it?
No, I'm sorry. I looked
Yeah,
at
not your armor class, your spell save, yeah.
Yeah.
So if your
sorry.
spell save's above 15, then oh man,
Something's
you're a lot more powerful. You're a lot more powerful than I thought you were.
My
so-
spell save is 13. Thank
That's
you.
what I thought. Okay, still fails because of Bane. Bane gotcha.
That's a crit that was canceled. That's another attack that missed. That's I think 2 holds that have made it. that wouldn't have made
Rhea
it.
is going to come up here.
Clutch.
5, 10, 15, 20. And then she is going to scramble up on top of this here in the difficult terrain. And seeing him there, she is going to go ahead and smite.
Oh God. Rhea.
I thought we wanted to talk to him.
Okay, well, that definitely hits. So this is auto crit.
Oh.
She only has first level spells.
Oh.
So start with the crit damage. So I guess I just roll regular damage.
Yeah, just roll regular.
and
Okay, so it's what? 3d8
plus
2d8?
8.
2d8
And
plus
an extra 2d8. Well,
so 24 plus whatever.
okay, so it's
She
hold on.
rolled?
First attack was 18, just for slashing. And then 4, and then an additional 20. Okay.
So 18
All
plus
right.
4 is 22, plus 20 is 42. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, 42 damage in a single attack. And that was not with double smiting, that was just with the regular smite. As she literally just walks up to him and stabs him. I want Thavius Krieg back! Raven.
Does he look rough?
Very injured.
I can, I cast a different spell. Have I done anything since I cast the Dust Devil?
Nope.
Okay, then I am going to move my Dust Devil, because I can move it up to 30 feet, and use it to knock her on her ass.
Where are you putting it?
So it was here, so I'm just gonna kind of move it
hold
over
on.
here to
I can
knock her.
I can give you control of it. Okay, you can move it now.
Be careful you don't get Phoenix.
Yeah.
How far can you move it? And it doesn't affect him until the end of her
30
turn,
feet.
right? Okay, and it doesn't affect her until the end of her turn?
Shit. Shoot.
So,
Okay.
good save.
Okay. In that case, I will use infestation of ladybugs on her.
Okay, I will say, you cannot non-lethal magical damage. On Rhea?
Yeah, to get her to stop before she kills him.
Okay. Constitution save?
Con 14.
Okay. She rolled a 17.
Damn.
Okay. All right. Bonus action.
Nope.
Okay. We're back to Bonnie. Reminder: magical damage cannot be non-lethal.
Understood. Bonnie is looking at this somewhat puzzled by everything and says, I don't think we want to kill him, do we, dear?
Did I
And,
look like I was killing him?
Well, he looks like you're killing him.
I was gonna say kind of. Yes, it did actually.
Phoenix just shouts, well, let's just knock him out, loot the bodies, and get the hell out of here.
Okay, so Bonnie is going to run up right up to him because he's paralyzed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she's going to take out her spatula, but she's going to flip it so she's got the end of it, not the spatula end, and she's just going to hit him right on the bridge of his nose and
Okay,
hope that
so-
she
you
knocks
could
him
roll-
unconscious, knowing
you-
that she might end up messing up the whole person spell.
Would not actually have anything to do with your hold person spell unless it
Oh,
attacks you.
good.
So you
So
can
what
roll it
she-
as your dagger, but we'll call it bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So
But it's definitely non-lethal. She just
Yes,
wants
for
to
sure.
make him
Yep, you
unable
got
to
it.
get away. Okay.
not a problem. So you can roll it the same as your dagger. Roll at advantage.
Oh, shoot. I only clicked once. Sorry. Okay. First one was
Good.
11. Second one was also an 11.
Okay, well you do
Yeah.
not hit, even at
Okay.
disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay.
You go to hit him, but like you just kind of like smack him with the spatula.
Yeah.
Just like bad. Anyway,
Okay. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to do that. That was a
you're
mistake.
good. All right. I think that's all you can do, Phoenix.
All right. Non-lethal.
Okay.
Reckless. Well, I don't need reckless. Well, he always recklesses anyway. So.
Whether he needs to or not.
Yeah, that's just it's a character flaw. It's on the sheet. That's crit non-lethal damage.
Double crit. I mean, I'm glad that double crit isn't a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't bother
Yeah.
rolling that. It also is not nearly enough to kill him. So he will, in fact, fall unconscious.
Yeah, and I think
And
even
that-
though he's paralyzed, Phoenix just kind of tips him over and then smashes the butt of his axe into his head to knock him out.
I love it. Yep. And with
And
that,
Bonnie says, "Oh, I should have done that."
and that sounds like a good place to go to our 10-minute or 15-minute break.
Okay.
All right. Well, we will be back here in... Oh, I got to fix this one. All right, we'll stay on the other map. I'll fix that one while we're gone, and we'll be back from break here in just a minute, everybody.
Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rents asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Let me sing a song of a family forged by trials and woe. On their own they falter, but together they will write their own tale of glory, rent asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. What was Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rents asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Let me sing a song of a family forged by trials and woe. On their own they falter, but together they will write their own tale of glory rent asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. What was rent shall be restored. What was lost now shall be found. The price of valor ever rising, but victory brings new rewards. Tales of glory, might, and wonder, hard-fought battles, treasures won. Our heroes know their fate awaits them, and so they carry on. Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rents asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Let me sing a song of a family forged by trials and woe. On their own they falter, but together they will write their own tale of glory rent asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. What was Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rents asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Let me sing a song of a family forged by trials and woe. On their own they falter, but together they will write their own tale of glory rents asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still.
Hello. Sorry, we're cutting in the middle of that song there, folks, but we're back.
All right. With that, you guys have an unconscious Amric with you as you are all around. And at that point, Rhea would just look around and say, I wasn't going to kill him. I know my limits.
The way you screamed at him, I don't think you do. Anger can make you do things you wouldn't normally do. And I'm going to use Jaredcraft to tie him up with vines.
Okay. She wipes her sword off on her cloak and sheathes it and says, righteous anger is controlled.
Not always. Don't give me that paladin BS.
Hey, friends, is this the time or place? We've done 2 murders and are abducting a very important political figure right now.
Yes, I think
I
perhaps
just
it's
have to
time
bring it to our attention.
Since we have him alone like this, do you think we should take him to my house? Where else
Unless
would
we have
take
somewhere
him?
else.
Okay,
better
is
do
there
it quickly.
anyone who owns a property who we really... Well, listen, the only way this guy's not going to know who we are is if we kill him, so...
Doesn't he have a
Neil?
brother that knows all, though? We don't want to risk it.
Fenix would like to just, quickly look around. How observed has this been?
Right now, you don't see anyone out, and it's the harbor. Like, people get in bar fights in the harbor all the time, and no one can be asked to care.
Great. Okay. I don't...
What are the chances that
about the
Bonnie,
bathhouse?
having lived here for a couple of 3 years, would know of an abandoned warehouse, fabric warehouse, or anything like that that might be standing empty?
Would I know about on my
With your urchin background?
with Bonnie's unknowing my my adventures in the evenings? Would I know
Yeah.
anything in terms of hidden...
You would know. Okay, so between you and Phoenix, Phoenix, you think that you crashed in a stable not too far from here, not too long ago.
Yeah, okay.
And you, so
I do remember
and
that.
as a matter of fact, as you start making your way, Neil, you are quite familiar with this stable, as you have also found your way around this area before.
I have a quick question. Neil, someone tried to give you chat inspiration. Do you already have it?
I believe I do. I used
Okay.
my DM inspiration last time, but I believe I do have chat inspiration.
So Jojo, do you want to throw that at someone else, or do you want me to kick that back at you? You can just answer in chat, and we'll carry on.
So, all right. It's only a couple blocks, dragging him through. There's no check for it. You just move at half speed when you're dragging someone.
Before we drag him away, I'd like to check the 2 bodies of the people that we did kill
Gotcha.
to see if there's anything worthwhile.
And Temperance, you got inspiration because I don't think you can see that, right?
Okay.
I cannot. You are correct.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
All
you
right,
got inspiration, sweetie.
Each one of them has leather armor, a mace, and a heavy crossbow.
I'll take the mace and the crossbow.
Okay.
just in case anybody wants them. But I'm going
Should
to leave the
we
armor.
should we place these bodies off the harbour into the water so that they're not visible when somebody turns a corner? Because I don't think it particularly looks all too good. Two bodies laying out on the street.
Oh my, that does sound mighty serious. Could we just maybe put
Yeah.
them?
That's a good
Under
call,
the
Neil. No
bridge?
paper trail. And
Oh,
Phoenix
dear.
is going to grab the bodies, and Phoenix is going to gesture at Raya to grab the other guy, because Phoenix
She
doesn't want
follows
to
along
carry.
and
Phoenix
yeah,
doesn't
so-
want to carry the unconscious guy because he's wearing spiked armor.
yeah, sling him over your shoulder.
Exactly.
Failed death save.
But
Every time
Neil-
you move, he just takes another D4 damage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Neil-
So Rhea literally just takes this guy, kind of slings him over her shoulder, and starts walking.
Now wait, which one is she taking? Did
One of
she
the
take-
thugs, one of the dead ones.
Yeah. Bonnie's going to look over at Neil and say, Neil, can you lighten the load here a bit?
Am
And
I
point at unconscious Amric.
am I correct if that's who you were gesturing for her to take, Phoenix? Or were you
Yes,
telling her?
yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So
I
it only
forgot
takes you a
that Neil
couple
could do
minutes
that.
to walk. Yeah, it only takes you a couple minutes to walk down to the harbor and splosh, send them swimming with the fishies. So, you make your way back here, and Rhea's like, "I can carry him if you trust me to do it."
I mean, I could certainly make it easier for you, but it did get hairy at the last second.
I'm not worried about if he's heavy, as she kind of picks him up and slings him over. Not roughly, but it's not like she's coddling his head.
Paladin bravado.
I just
And
I
she
just
darts
kind of
off.
lean to one side as close as I can to Phoenix and just say, "She's stronger than you are."
Hold on, let me check. It's got to be close.
Phoenix is sitting on an 18 strength.
Okay, they're the same.
It just
Um,
looks stronger because it's a taller frame.
Phoenix is like, well, she's mighty strong, but I've got a lower center of gravity. It's crucial.
Not by much.
Which must mean then I've got an even lower center of gravity.
That is true. All right.
Okay.
Go on.
What about Amric? Because that's what Bonnie was asking Neil if he could lighten the load for Amric.
She's just picked him up and shoved him over her shoulder without
she
a
didn't
bother.
seem to.
I thought she was taking one of the dead guys.
Well,
so
we
I'm
got
like,
back
She
from
already
doing
finished that.
okay,
That took us-
gotcha.
That only took a minute for them to
Yeah.
drop
Paper-
bodies in the harbor.
Paper trails are real easy to erase around here.
Okay.
Listen, it's called the City of Blood for a reason. Anyway, with that, you guys take a few minutes and do make your way to that abandoned horse stable with some old musty hay. As you get down there, you start to lay down, Phoenix, and you hit your head on something, and you find an old bottle that you had forgotten that you had stowed there for a rainy day. So
Phoenix looks outside to see if it's raining.
it is not.
He tucks it back under the straw for a rainy day. He's got the jug now. What does he need the bottle for?
Fair.
Okay. All right. So you guys are there in the stable. You have some cover. It's the front of it is open, but in the back you are, it's completely covered on three sides. So
I think Phoenix is gonna look at the rest of them and say, like, y'all question that guy. I'll keep watch. And he's just gonna try to make sure that, like, nobody's coming in here,
yeah, go ahead and make a perception check for that.
Oh boy. Uh, 14.
Okay, sounds good. Amric's just kind of laying there limp.
Should probably wake
Raven.
him up.
Yeah, before we break him up, Raven kind of puts Cleo around his neck so that her face is in his face when he wakes up.
Okay.
I don't think Bonnie knows what to do. She's just so concerned.
I guess Temperance will kind of walk up to him and just like slap him in the face a little bit, see if that wakes him up.
Okay. No, he's at 0 hit points, so he will be asleep for...
Toss a healing word at him.
Okay. 3 hours. Okay, as soon as you healing word. Okay. The vines are still
which word do
holding
you
him.
pick?
So, the vines will hold him for now. You don't know how long those will last, but they'll certainly last for a little bit.
Can we have taken his weapons?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Great.
I figured you had to, so. You're saying you didn't just,
That
like,
feels
keep it in his
sensible.
hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels sensible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that Bonnie, seeing what they're doing, that they're like bringing him back, but they're trying to be sure the vines or whatever. I think Bonnie reaches into one of the pockets on her big apron and pulls out a ball of yarn about this big. And she begins to, just while she's standing there, she is braiding this yarn. She's got some parts of it and she's braiding it with her fingers and kind of making a rope.
All right. Yep.
And
Easy
she's
enough.
doing that to keep her hands busy
Okay. So
and
he
to secure him.
Yep. So he wakes up and says, "Oh, well, damn it. Well, hello there. I had a feeling that all of you may have been together, but, you know."
The lady here has some questions for you.
You looking at Rhea?
Yeah, I'll nod towards Rhea.
Okay. She draws her sword, and she stabs it in the ground, and she leans down and gets really close. Why do you have Thavius Krieg? Thavius Krieg? We don't have Thavius! And she just reaches up and puts her hand underneath his chin. Why do you have Thavius Krieg? Okay, let's roll that intimidation check.
Can I help action where Cleo kind of hisses and tickles
Absolutely
his nose?
can. Yep, at advantage. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Then we'll roll for Ambrick. It'll be insight. Okay. She rolled well, but he rolled better. As he goes, "Oh, child, you're in and over your head, aren't you?" And she kind of drops and says, "I know, I saw him with your family." And he says, "What would it matter? What do you care? Like, what does Thavius Krieg matter to any of you? You're in Baldur's Gate. El Terrell is gone. Revel in it."
Tell us about that. What do you know about El Terrell being gone?
He shrugs his shoulders. "I don't know."
Why should we revel in an entire city of missing lives?
Because they're self-righteous pricks. And he looks up at Rhea.
So do you have him or not?
Why would I bother telling you when you're obviously just going to kill me as soon as it's done?
You don't know that.
Well, your only other option is to release me, into which my mother would unleash all righteous fury upon you.
I'm pretty
And
sure
that-
your mother's into something deeper that she probably wouldn't want the whole city to know about.
I think on that point, we agree.
Exactly.
All the more reason for you to tread lightly.
So do you have Thavius Krieg or not?
Better question, is he with you willingly on his own accord? As
What
a
do you
guest?
want with Thavius Krieg anyway?
I think Bonnie would look over at Rhea.
He knows what happens to the city. He must be there. I need to know why he escaped. He can tell us how to save the city. I do need to roll something real quick. Okay. You hear Amber go. He just does like a chortle.
Hmm.
So you don't think he could knows anything about El Terrell?
If you wish to rescue the poor little blighter, then yes, we have him.
I don't think he
What-
wants to save the city.
Hmm.
What difference does it make to you?
I mean, why are you asking us questions here, dog?
You see,
I think your
I'm-
situation is clear, is it not?
obviously, as I haven't had any of you killed yet.
Again, that's an us problem for later, right? Whether that happens or don't, that's an us problem for later. So you, I think, my friend, should be focused on you problems now, right?
Roll. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check. I'll let you use a strength-based intimidation too. So
Okay.
if you're not proficient, it's just a straight strength check.
I'm proficient in athletics, so that would mathematically be the same, right?
Well, are you proficient in intimidation?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then yes, athletics would be the same.
Alrighty. What's a nat 22 for me?
Oh wow.
So he looks at you
Ooh.
and listen, Phoenix, he's seen you in a bar fight or two,
Mm-hmm.
and he's never seen you like this. He goes, "Okay, well, you have a point there. I must admit. Yes, that is an issue for you later, but it will be an issue for you later, no matter what happens to me, and don't you forget it."
I think Phoenix just sort of blinks at him.
Well,
Just lets the silence hang there, heavy in the
tell me
straw.
just tell me what you want. We'll make it work.
Out of character. So we have a couple ways we can maybe go with this. Do we want to ask him like to tell us how to get the guy? Do we want to know information about what he knows? Like what's... Because at this point, where it seems like we're trying to figure out, because let's take it back. Our initial goal was to figure out what's the deal with this cult, right? And now we're
Yeah.
wrapped into this El Terrell stuff, and we're not entirely sure yet how those things are related. Now, holy righteous town ombudsman, Mr. Krieg might know how those are related, right? But that's a bit of a tenuous thread, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thread is that family.
Yep.
Right. That does make sense. There, yeah. The cult and the stuff in El Terrell connect both to that family. So, are we just gonna try to like grill this guy about those things? Because I think
mean,
that's more important
I think
than actually getting
mindset
Krieg,
says-
unless Krieg knows.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, the difficulty here is my mind says like if we want to do the rescue mission for this guy, if we think if Thavius Krieg is going to be the guy that's going to step us in the right direction, then if we're going to go a rescue mission, then we can't leave this guy alive unless we have another way of dealing with it. But my mindset, from what I'm understanding, is Thavius Krieg is the next step, or getting his understanding is our next step in finding out how this all connects, because we're still technically investigating the cult by investigating Amric, because obviously we've already established that there's a connection with Amric with the cult.
Yeah.
We now know that Amric has a connection to El Terrell, so it's that Thavius is the logical next step, because Rhea is obviously telling us that he knows how to fix this, or may know how to fix this.
or at least has information about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
do-
but we also, that seems to be speculation on Rhea's part, right? Rhea seems to be
Yes.
desperately clinging to a thin ray of hope that this guy knows
Yep.
what's going on, and he may well do. The other question I had was, lost to me now, so it doesn't matter. It flew right out of my head.
With what she's learned so far as the way politics and such works in cities like this, Raven's not convinced that he's not involved somehow. She's not buying the innocent. He knows how to save the city
That
stuff.
does remind me of what the question was, and it's this: what would Phoenix think, and if he thinks anything, like having the stuff, like if we're able to tie the disappearance of El Terrell, the situation with either the participation with or abduction of Krieg and the cults to the Vanthipers, because as of right now they're very wealthy and powerful. Like, is a scandal of that size capable of, if not fully dislodging them, like causing a problem for them to the extent that it provides any cover for us, or no?
Okay. Yes, and for one reason and one reason alone. The fact that older Ravengard went with him. If it wasn't for that, they'd be like, yeah, screw that. But the fact that if they found out that they were behind or even complicit in older Ravengard's disappearance, he is beloved within the city. That would not go over well with the people of the city, upper or lower class. Yeah,
Okay.
Mom.
Did Raven, the old guy, the one you're just talking about, did
Older
he
Ravengard?
disappear? Did he disappear from here to El Terrell? No. Or was he in?
He was in El Terrell. So
yes,
they were having a diplomatic conference in El Terrell where he was there.
Well, and with what Bonnie was in El Terrell. She hasn't shared that with anybody, but she was. She lived there, but she left prior. Bonnie would know about him. You said she would know many things about him. Would Bonnie have how we feel about our politicians and the stories go about and whatever. How was Krieg, not Rhea, but how was Krieg viewed by the citizens of El Terrell?
By the citizens, he was generally well liked. He was just seen as a steward of the city, not so much as the one making decisions, but more like a pope where he's making decisions on behalf of a higher power. That's actually probably the closest analog I could think of. It's not the same, but it's definitely in the vein.
Okay, so Bonnie would step forward and say, I lived in El Terrell for a while, and Fabius was very well thought of it and was a fine steward. We know that the Ravengard, whatever the heck the guy's name is, can't ever remember it. The other guy, Overlord.
No, you're right. Older
Ravengard.
Older, yeah, that guy, Ravengard, was in El Terrell when it fell, and she's making some eye contact with Almeric at the time and trying to read what she's seeing in his eyes. She said, it is very possible that this has been engineered in some way to get Olden Ravengard boohoo, and that if we can get him, Flavius has information that could look very bad for the Boniface family. And actually, if we turn this gentleman over and tell Zaj that he knows something about what happened to our city leader, I would think that Zaj and those that are left in control here would take that very seriously, and Amric might be in severe danger. I also think they may be keeping Fabius because they're afraid that that he saw something or he knew something. So actually, I think Amric's in a very dangerous position and would not want to be released to this city, and perhaps might want to cooperate with us and tell us where Fabius is, with the understanding that perhaps we might put him somewhere, but we might not tell on him and how closely he was involved.
I'm assuming you're saying that with the intent of him overhearing you.
Right. What I'm trying to do is say
Yeah,
in front of him,
I see where you're
we
going.
could turn you over to the authorities and let them ask you whatever, and cause the terrible scandal. And if they don't kill you, your mother will.
Oh, listen,
And I would even be willing to say that.
I'll be completely honest. I'm not worried about what the Flaming Fist will do. They'll do whatever we tell them. That's not an issue. However, it seems like you're perfectly willing to kill me. What do you need? What do you want from me?
Well, evil is afoot in this land, and we have been charged with the task of trying to figure out what it is. I don't think we really want to kill anybody.
I'll make you a deal.
Oh? Bonnie leans in.
I'll help you get what you need to take down my mother. I must admit, I'm not thrilled about that. As long as you take my brother down with him. And then you will tell them the honest truth that I was not involved at all, and I will take her place as the head of the family.
You know, Hamrick, I'm just a drunken old cuss, but I was just about to offer you the exact same deal.
I'd offer to shake your hand, but he looks back behind him.
But what?
My hands are bound, so I cannot give you my hand to shake on it. Yes.
Fennec sort of rolls him over and shakes his hand behind his back and leaves him face down in the straw.
Thank you! A deal's a deal!
And then he rolls him back over. All right. So how do we get Mr. Krieg? And also, where would we find information that ties your unfortunate sibling and parent into this disappearance of our Grand Duke?
As it so happens, all of those are in the same place. Vanthoper Villa.
Naturally. So how do we get in?
Well, if I'm with you, we just walk in. It's my house. I can go there. Although I would recommend not trying to take me in bound. That would likely draw some suspicion.
Is that where you are headed tonight?
Eventually.
Yeah, Fennec sort of turns and makes eye contact with everybody, raised her eyebrow as if like, what do you think, we got a deal? I mean, at this point, he's got 4 hit points, right? So if he tries to run for it, we have
as soon as she
recourse.
gets the look from Phoenix, then she'll snap and the vines wither away.
He'll do the thing where he does a neat trick. He'll have to see if I can learn something about that. I don't suppose you're going to give me my things back either, are you?
Probably not a good idea.
Oh,
I
Neil,
assumed
I'm
as much.
so sorry you're having to see this, dear.
Yeah, well, listen.
Good for him. Builds character.
When you depose Mother Dearest, I'm sure you can just buy some more.
Well, yes, but that was my good knife. But whatever, I guess I'll get another one.
So, Mr. Amric, sir, so is there a reason that you wish to, what would be the right word? Overthrow your mother?
Oh, no, I would actually prefer not to.
Well, you seem
However,
to jump to that deal very quickly, so it must have been on
yes,
your mind.
yes, if the answer is my life or my mother's, I pick hers. I would prefer not to. I am quite fond of her, but, seems like one of my brothers is already dead, and the other one isn't yet, but, there's always time for that.
Yeah, see,
But
Neil, I think
Mother,
it was we offered him not having any problems ever again versus, living long enough to have problems in exchange for not causing problems for us later. See, there has to be a later for him in order for him to make there not be problems for us later, and that's more or less the nature of the agreement we've struck.
Basically, do I wish to go down with the ship or take the life raft? The life raft isn't ideal, but better than going down with the ship, even if I was quite fond of the ship.
Ah.
Now, I will tell you, until you get all the information you need, I will fundamentally deny everything. And if she overthrows you, I will betray you. But if you are able to defeat her, I will be on your side the whole way.
Yeah, we understand how power works.
Okay, good. Good to know we're on the same side.
Oh dear.
Oh, grandmother, you don't know. Well, you haven't quite been around long enough, it seems.
And I've never been a grandmother. I don't know
Could've
why everyone
fooled
keeps
me.
saying that about me.
No idea.
I don't have any children. She's
That's
They
enough
ain't
me.
worth it.
Well, if I guess we ought to go. Well, look, are you all what's your plan? Are we going to go gallivanting into the upper ward, shouting curses the whole way?
Well, you
Yeah.
don't usually travel without bodyguards, so
That's fair. All right. So,
Well, let me help fix you up a bit. We did rather roll you around in the dirt and the hay, and Bonnie is going to use some prestidigitation, looking at him carefully to see if by any chance he has a little black place where she thumped him in the nose. Truly hoping that he does. But since she missed, it's probably not there.
No, they're unfortunately not. Had you hit a little harder, there may have been a nice little spatula implant on the side of his face, or imprint. But
And I think, like, just out of focus in the background as you're prestidigitating off his clothes, you see Fenix, like, pick a piece of straw out of his beard and throw it away.
Well,
Well, something that occurs to me that could work if you wanted it to, and we would be prepared, you understand, to betray you back.
well,
Is that
obviously, yes.
we could have actually, instead of, well, roughing you up a bit, we could have rescued you and are returning you to the old home place.
Sounds like a good cover story.
That would explain the bruises.
Yes, that would work as a cover story, certainly.
It might
You're-
also explain, and I must tell you that you might not be seeing your other friends again.
Oh no, I'll find more.
I think the story would make sense if your previous bodyguards had turned at the last second and betrayed you, because there's lots of talk of betrayal, and I think that probably fits the suit.
Whatever dramatics you would like to come up with, that's not my not what I'm here for.
Well, we would expect your support in the story, though. Neil, how do you even know such things? My goodness.
Well, anyway, are we going somewhere? Are we just going to stand here in the barn like like the asses we are?
I mean, it does smell like urine in here, so I think
It's him, and he points at
Probably.
Phoenix.
Fenix is scratching his ass.
Bonnie
oh,
turns her head away, but prestidigitates in the general direction of his hand.
Well, time to go.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think Fenix sort of tries to direct maybe him and Raya to be, like, right behind in melee range in case the guy tries to make a break for it.
Yeah, easy enough to do. I need to know
just
where
wanna
y'all
be,
are going.
I want to be prepared if he does try and make a break for it, just as a kind of held action. I'm going to adjust density to, like, make him heavier and stuff.
Here's the thought. Should we
I leave Cleo around his neck.
Should
Okay.
we stay in the terrible smelling barn long enough to take a short rest?
You've already been there for 15 minutes, so that's not
Okay.
an issue. You can already have been there 15 minutes.
And that means I get my spell slots back, right?
Mhm.
That
Yep.
would be totally awesome.
And you can roll hit die if you need to.
I-
It's one of the nice thing about 15-minute short rests. I'm actually thinking I'm growing quite fond of 15-minute short rests, actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now, I got returned to full health thanks to all the wonderful gifts that were given me, so I'm good.
Okay.
And I think
So,
Bonnie
I
wraps
think-
that cloak back around again and covers up her pretty blue dress.
At the Pervilla, then?
Well,
Yeah.
it's the thing that makes sense if we're the rescuing party. Should you hit him a couple of more times so he looks weak and pitiful?
I think that we're doing fine. I'll ham it up.
It looks
Well,
pretty
remember
pitiful
now,
as
we
it is, I
rescued
think.
you.
Thank you. It's much appreciated.
You should
and,
walk with a limp.
Raven, you
I
do
can
have
manage
Cleo
that.
handy, don't you? Cleo is with you every moment?
She's currently around his neck. If she needs to bite or
Is he
squeeze, she will.
kind of like says, yes, wonderful necklace, great accessory. I'm sure no one will ever notice.
Listen, friends. The gentleman understands the nature of our agreement, and this additional grandstanding is a trifle gauche, if I do say so myself.
I would never have dreamed you would ever have such a thing.
I learned it from an
Said
old
such a
wizard
thing.
friend back in the day. He had a way with words.
Okay,
Alright,
so off we
so-
go.
You guys make your way across the city. It's about an hour walk from the harbor all the way to the gates of the upper city. And as you get to the gates, they are manned 24/7. Yeah, it's definitely not accurate. I love traveling by red line, Indiana Jones style.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Yep.
Totally cool.
And so as you get to the gates and you're walking up there, you'll see the guard say, "Halt! Who goes there? Oh, Amric. Is this your crew?" Yes, I've hired some new. All right. Well, off you go then. You're a little later than normal. I am aware. And kind of make their way into the upper city.
I just doff my hat as we walk past.
Okay. And then another hop, skip, and a jump later, and you make your way to the outskirts of Vanthaper Villa. Okay, hold on. Let me get everybody's tokens here. Okay. So, as you get here, it is late. He says, "Well, I can get you in the door, but what you're going to do from there may be... I don't know what you'll want to do. I don't know all of my mother's secrets."
Does she have an office or study that she keeps documents in, books, ledgers, that sort of thing?
She has a bedroom, if that's what you're wondering.
It's not what I'm asking at all, but if that's where she has a desk and does her business.
Oh, she does her business in the privy.
It's not what I mean.
When you're in charge of a lot, you tend to work everywhere
Hmm.
and keep your work close. You'll probably find something in the bedroom.
That would be one thing that we would want to look for. And then wherever Krieg is,
Right.
Guest room or dungeon?
Well, I can get you in, and at that time, I think it would be best if I grab a few of my personal affects, and then, as they do say, amscray.
Oh, so we're doing this the fun way.
Well, what do you
Well-
want me to do? Walk up to my mother and stab her in the throat? I refuse.
at least give us the layout where we can know where we're going to be and maybe provide a bit of a distraction. That would be helpful.
Heavens to Murgatroyd. All right, well, most of the things that, in terms of her personal effects, are upstairs, where you will find that. But Thirstwell is likely up there as well, assuming he doesn't already know we're here, which he very well may.
Hmm.
Right.
Now, was
His
that so
bedroom.
hard?
I don't know. His bedroom is that one, he says, pointing at the second floor in that corner. Mine is right next to it. On the other side. Along with Mortlock's, and Mother has the master bedroom in the back corner. Of course she does. Why wouldn't she?
Does your brother know all because he has a network of spies, or is he magical in some way?
The former. Oh yes, and my mother's study is that one. He points above the main entrance.
Thank you. And Krieg,
He shrugs.
does the house have a dungeon?
Not that I know of.
I haven't. Can we see windows to the study?
Let me check. Yes, you can.
Okay. Mr. Amric, sir, the windows at the study, are they generally locked, or are they unlocked, or are
They should be locked. All the doors should be. And windows.
Do you happen to have a key?
Only to my room. Mother is rather testy about such things.
I have a possible idea. However, it's a little bit risky, as I've never particularly used the spell before. And it could get one person up there quite quickly and quite easily. However, it would mean possibly breaking through the window or breaking the lock or accessing said.
Well, I mean, once we're in once we're in the house, can't we just go up the stairs?
I mean, that's also a good idea. I'm just not used to having free access to hubs.
It's an odd thing to say, Neil.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Well,
The
while we
door's still
stand
gonna
out
be
here,
locked.
Well,
Do any of us have the lock picking skill?
Amric said he can get us in the door,
I can
right?
get you in the front door. She doesn't
Yeah.
lock me out of my own house that far.
And then once we're in there, we can either, sneak around to the extent that's possible, or we just start knocking heads. We'll be fine. I believe in you. And he sort of
Well-
sways a little on his feet as he says that.
all
Well-
right. Go ahead.
Just say let's walk him in and prepare to be thanked mightily for saving his life,
Okay.
or something else. We'll deal with it.
As with that, he opens the gate and walks in, and you see a whole retinue of guards that are walking around the inside, or walking around. Now, they're not all together, but you see one over here and one here, and they all seem to be on patrol. And as he walks in, he kind of waves at them mindlessly, walks up, unlocks the door, opens it. Well, are you coming?
Yes, and Bonnie follows him.
Mhm.
I'd be sticking as close to Bonnie as I can.
Okay. This, so apart from the main entrance, this room has two exits: a plaster shelf and a plaster shelf lined with ornate vases circle the room at the height of 9 feet. Spread across the flagstone floor is a 10-foot wide, 15-foot long, exquisite design depicting a royal coronation. Two tapestries hanging on the walls depict a dragon flying over a ship and pilgrims on camels, respectively.
The door, did it open inwards or outwards?
Would have opened outwards.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
is the picture actually on the floor, or is that one of the tapestries?
Nope, that is the rug. It's depicting that of a coronation.
Whose?
You can roll a history check.
The one time I play a character that doesn't have anything in history. That's a 9.
Some rich guy.
Now, Emmerich, when you jet from this place here in a few minutes, what door are you taking on the way out?
He turns around. That one.
Oh, great.
Speaking of which, my best wishes to you, and goodbye. As he takes a step out the door.
Oh,
and
he's just
starts to
going
walk
now.
away.
Sweet. Phoenix would like to shut the door. What kind of handle does this door have? Just like a normal doorknob?
No. So this has some ornate like lever.
Hell yeah. So Phoenix is going to take out his rope and tie one end to the door. And then
Got
is
it.
there any other structure, including the other doors in this room, that I could tie the other end of my rope to? So that someone
There's
trying
two
to open the
knobs,
door
one on each
out.
side.
Okay, yeah, we'll just use the rope to tie it so that they can't get it open.
Got it. Okay, roll me a survival check just to see how sturdy that is.
Oh boy.
It won't be unsturdy no matter what, but this is just going to be, is it like normal or are you doing a really good job?
Looks like a 13.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you do a pretty good job. Yeah. All right.
Great. I mean, if we need to get out this way, we can just, cut it. But if we cause a ruckus, it means they can't get in.
And I presume we should be very quiet.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will pass without a trace.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Right.
Phoenix is going to look at Raya and sort of suggest, like, we should probably stick to the back.
She nods.
Is this? Do you need me to scout ahead again?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea, Neil.
That might be helpful, yes.
Okay.
Be careful, dear. I don't want anything to happen to you.
Right or left?
I'm gonna go with right.
Towards
Okay.
where we think the study upstairs was.
No, we gotta find the stairs first, yeah.
So I'm just gonna like as quietly and as stealthily as I can open the door just to kind of try and like peek through.
Okay. As you do, it seems like a servant's quarters. It is currently unoccupied.
There's no other additional. I can't see any additional doorways or anything in there.
Nope, not from that room. Seems like this is just you throw the servants as far away from the living area as possible.
Well, this one's the servant quarters. There's usually nothing good in those. And I'm going to go up to the next door, and again, I'm going to try and like just stealthily like lower the handle and just try and like.
Much bigger room, though you can only see that much of it. There's a door directly across the hall, and you can also see the hallway to the right goes further.
Can I do like a basic perception check to see if I can hear any like footsteps or movement or
absolutely.
anything?
Mhm.
Ooh, I'm not very good at perception. So that's a 5.
Nah.
I just gesture the hand movement, and I'm gonna like peek round the corner if I
Okay.
can. What is this thing, by the way? This is creepy looking. I don't like it.
That is the depiction of a coronation. In the real world, that is Napoleon's coronation. So...
Oh no, this thing that looks like a statue
that
of
statue?
a witch or something.
Yes. Give me just a second here, because that is the thing.
Flavor
no.
text.
I don't
Yeah.
like flavor text.
So flavorful.
So, as a matter of fact, it does you see a 6 foot tall depiction of a large, burly looking woman with a odd looking winged cat in her hands. The woman looks about like, I say, uploading a picture slowly. This.
Nice.
Is there any label on it, like any plaque on the bottom of the statue or anything like that?
There is not one, but it's that, except for you see again an old ragged cat with some wings, and that cat has a rat in its mouth.
Why is she giving German governess vibes?
She really is, isn't
She
she?
is.
I'm
Yeah.
honestly curious as to who she's out there fisting.
Do you
Uh,
Do I
Apologies. It just
recognize-
looked like there was only one
Sorry.
thing you do with that.
do I recognize her, or do I have any recognition of who this is at all?
you can roll a history check.
That's a 16.
Yeah, this looks like the Duke herself, Thelma of Anthiper.
Oh, so
She's
this
scary.
is Amric's mother.
Mhm.
Jesus. Okay. I just kind of like lean back through the door and just kind of whisper back around. She's one scary looking lady.
I think Phoenix peeks and just locks eyes, one terrible parent to another.
I'm gonna kind of like motion people to like follow forward. And I'm gonna kind of can I make a stealth check actually? Can I start making stealth
Yes,
checks?
go
Would that
ahead.
be okay?
Anyone who would like to can do stealth
Um,
checks.
I've got
Since don't forget, if you don't want to get too far away from Raven, or you lose your +10.
right. Okay, so it's stealth plus 10.
Oh, she looks like my nanny. No,
That is
no.
23 total for me.
Not bad.
28.
31.
It's a
Jesus.
hot 6 from Phoenix.
Well, you get a
Plus
10, so it's 16.
Hey.
I got a nat
14.
20 for a total
wow.
of 32.
Wow.
Nice.
14 for Rhea.
Temperance stealth right out of the campaign.
Temperance becomes
Disappears.
smoke.
Yeah, feel free to move yourself. Just make sure you stay within spitting distance of Raven if you want to keep that
Okay.
bonus.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
like take
What
a
is
peek
the radius on that?
I think it's 20
let me
foot.
double check.
I'm gonna take a peek to this corner to see if I can see anything further along this way. I don't know that this is a wall.
No, that's a
or-
door. That's
For
a
the
door.
duration
Yeah, that's
of
a
the
Oh,
wall.
right.
Choose-
Okay,
choose
that's a wall on the door.
Within
Mhm.
30 feet of you, including you, has +10. So it's in 30 feet of me.
Okay.
I put my hand up to like gesture the like message.
We've been practicing hand signals at night.
There you go. You can see the door now.
Temperance will point
Thank you.
towards him and say, yeah, what do you got?
I can see the stairs. The stairs are straight ahead of me. We also have 3 doors. One to our left, another to our left, and then one to our right.
4 doors,
and
actually.
4 doors. There's one straight ahead. Would I be able to assume that that's the door? Would I kind of be able to gauge that that's the door back out of here, or?
Not necessarily. Not from here.
Right,
You've not seen the
okay.
back of the place.
Okay.
I'll whisper convey that to everybody around me. Do you want to check the doors to make sure nobody's behind us, or do you want to head right for the stairs and where we're trying to go?
I say head for the stairs myself.
All right, I'll shoot a message back to Neil and say, I think we should head for the stairs, try to get to our goal.
I just like turn around, nod, and I'm gonna keep moving towards the stairs.
Okay, give me just a second here.
And when I get to the bottom of the stairs, I'm just gonna motion everyone towards me.
Okay.
Where is the bottom of the stairs? Is it there or is it up here?
Yeah, just right here.
Oh, okay.
I think it is. Yeah.
No, I
Where's
think it's
the-
top left.
I think
Oh,
this is
here.
it.
The graphics a
Yeah.
little confusing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stairs
a
are
little
always
bit.
tough in these 2D top-down
Yeah.
Yeah.
things. Ooh.
Okay, however, as you look here, give me just a second. As you walk up, you see two figures that are just kind of standing here next to each other. At least that you can see from now, you can only see, and one is starting to walk down the corner. I'd say from there you could probably see a little bit more.
I put my hand like up again. Very quietly. I'm moving as slowly as I possibly can.
I'll point up the stairs to Neil and say, "Yes, what do you see?"
There's 3 guards. 3 very well armored guards with halberds.
I'll turn and relay that to everybody as quietly as possible. What do we want to do?
I'm gonna drop you guys in the middle over here, but
Sure.
I'll assume you're downstairs. That's just in case you need to move tokens or whatever.
Okay.
So,
Do we want to
but
try
we'll
to
still
take the...
assume that Neil is in front.
Yeah. If we try to take the guards, it's probably going to create a lot of noise.
Can someone sneakily knock down one of the vases in the other room? Maybe, what's the snake's name again? I'm so sorry. I should know this.
Cleo.
Maybe Cleo or Raven. If there's a loud noise downstairs, then we go investigate, and we could hide under the stairs, and then sneak up.
There is not an under the stairs.
There's not an under the stairs. Never mind.
Do I have to have line of sight with thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy?
Thank you.
To do what?
To, like Pixel said, make a distracting noise, like maybe on the other end
That would
of the hallway.
originate from you. So that stuff originates from you. You can make a small harmless tremors. You can make unlocked door opener close, windows rattle, or you can make your voice a lot louder.
I can also create sounds,
Um,
like a rumble of thunder or a cry
yeah.
of raven, ominous whispers.
Yeah, for sure. So you don't have to be. Yeah, I mean, you can control where those go to a certain extent. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna kind of peek a little to get an idea of where to throw shattering glass that will draw them away from us, away from where we need to
Okay.
dart.
All right, go ahead and roll me a spell casting check. So it'll be the same as like a shillelagh attack.
Okay. 22.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right. What was the, and where are you putting it? Just out of the hall or?
Are we going to this door here or this door here?
I would assume this door here based on where he kind of said the study was.
You said the study was directly above the entrance.
Which would be
Oh,
this
this
which
door.
door.
would be this door. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, down this way.
Okay.
And so that way we could just dart
you,
right into this room.
Real quick, hold on. Let me see what you can see. I don't know how much I revealed with Fog of War. Okay, no. Okay, hold on.
I can always send Cleo kind of up ahead if I can see around the corner.
I didn't realize I had not unhidden large swaths of the outline of the house here. Give me just a second and I'll fix that for you.
All right. I thought my sense of direction was better
Oh,
than
okay.
it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this is where the other brother's bedroom is,
Yeah.
right?
This door goes to the other brother.
Yeah, because it was possibly Wizard Brother, Amric, and then faked his death brother, and who knows what else in that other corner, right?
And then this
then it
would be
would've been
study,
study,
assuming this
and
would
then, like,
be
mom's
mother's
bedroom, yeah.
bedroom.
Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah.
but that's the thing is this door mother's bedroom or is that door study?
I'm assuming that's going to be door to mother's bedroom, and then there's probably going to be an additional door to the study
To the study.
inside her bedroom.
I'll go ahead and tell you this because you would have seen this. That there is a balcony outside.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You would have seen that from the outside.
That's
so,
right. And he did kind of point over this way when he said, "That's my brother's window."
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm assuming that the three brothers are probably along this side.
Yeah, like
The
here
pen's not reading. There we
and
go.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're
We
probably
want
right
this
then.
area. Yeah.
So then this probably has doors to both the bedroom and the study in it.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, listen, if the fight starts, the fight starts, right? We do our best, and then the dice decide.
I guess.
Yep. So distracting noise over this way.
Down
and then
that
we all
way?
Dart.
Okay.
Yep. And then we all dart the door.
What was that? And then these guys look. So that guy will take a step back. The other one doesn't. So as you run up, you will see. I'm not gonna make you commit to that since I moved you, but just so.
Yeah.
As you see, there are two more guards down that
Jesus.
hallway. So only one of them is starting to go down that further as you kind of go up and peek around the corner. They haven't seen you yet.
Okay. I'm gonna dip back down to everybody. I'm gonna put my hand up again to signal for message.
Temperance will message.
What
do you see?
There's 5 guards total. We need to make a bigger distraction, and not up here.
Okay. I'll relay that to the rest of the group. Do we want to maybe duck in since the servants' quarters are empty? Rest of us duck in there. We make a bigger distraction outside. See if we can get more of them to go outside.
Can I try to like assess? I mean, they clearly look like better guards than the dinguses that Amric had, but like, what like can Fenix attempt to assess the quality of these guys?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Okay. I am gonna burn DM inspiration for advantage on this. No, we'll burn chat inspiration. Okay, insight advantage. I get hot +1 to this roll. Dang, it's only a 9.
No.
Yeah, you're not quite sure. It's hard to tell. But it seems like they've kind of moved back into position with one in front of each door.
All right. Well, I mean, the other option is to try to go back outside and use Neil's method for getting in the study window.
I will say there were several guards patrolling the grounds.
Oh, that's right.
Multiple.
I forgot.
I think we can take them.
I can cause an earthquake.
Here's what I'm thinking. If I can shove the one out in front of the door we want to go in, you guys can get in behind to the extent that there's range. Rhea and I can just hold the door, or we could just lure them all down here. They're like, I think we may just have to crack some skulls here.
Yes, I think the thing I'm worried about is not the gods. It's if the ruckus with the fight with the gods wakes up the rest of the household.
I mean, what are the servants gonna kill us?
No, the family.
I mean, and then what are they gonna destroy all the evidence or kill us?
I don't know. Well, if we get into a fight, then we might kill them, and then where are we? We're certainly not any. I guess we've taken down the leader of the cult at that point.
What are the chances we can lure them down here one at a time? Maybe start breaking vases in the front. They'll catch on eventually, but
I mean, we'll have to take them down quietly.
If we can lure them downstairs, if we make noise downstairs, if we hide and make noise downstairs, yeah, then they're gonna probably come downstairs.
I have 2
And
potions
if we
of
can get
fire
them in a
breath.
room, then we could, in theory, block them into that room. But there's also the possibility that they may alert the other guards.
What if 2 of us drink potions of fire breath and we just run up there and light them on fire?
I could turn us all into fog clouds.
Oh, you can? Can we go through doors like that?
Under a door, maybe, if there's a crack.
What ability are you looking at there? Because Windwalk is like a 6th level spell.
Oh, no, never mind. Yep.
Yeah.
That's an actual fog cloud. Damn.
Yeah, Windwalk is like 6th or 7th level.
I was like, no, that was a higher level, but I mean, what do I know? I mean, I could do a mage hand, but I don't know what I would do with the mage hand.
I mean, out of character, a potion of fire breath is a one shot 30 within 30 feet. They make a DC 13 dex save versus 4d6 damage. We have 2 potions with 3 charges each. That's like 6 times 4d6, depending if they make their saves. So
What if we set a part of the house on fire downstairs?
That might be more effective, to be honest.
I do have 2 flasks of alchemist fire. We could just like...
Should we have a look at the other rooms downstairs to see if we can figure out anything from those rooms?
Yeah.
What we need is up here.
Well, I will also say we're hitting right up against our time here, so maybe rather than ending with a dramatic initiative roll, we'll end with a plan to investigate empty rooms next time.
Works for me.
Yeah.
All right. I was seeing if there was going to be a dramatic moment to hit that end, but
I hear you.
I'm fine with an anticlimactic in as well.
Well, you know, we're whispering our plan, and that's where the episode ends. We'll come back in on the whispers.
Okay.
Maybe we can try to come up with something better in the meantime.
Yeah. Alrighty, folks. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out. So many wonderful folks with us today. A lot of new followers. Shout out to all of you guys. Shout out to Bees Queen 9 for the sub. We can't often shout those out because we're playing, but you just happened to hit us right when we could. Thank you very much. We are going to see who we can go and raid. Vincent is live. Charms Fantasy's live. If anybody knows anybody who's live, let us know. In the meantime, we are going to go remind everybody who we are, where we can be found on the internet, who we played tonight. Starting, I guess, I'll throw it to Robbie to throw at whoever you want.
All right. So I am Robbie, or DocRobert, and I have been our dungeon master for the evening. And we will throw it back in order to Pixel.
Hi, guys. My name is Pixel. I have been Phoenix Brightgrin, your slightly drunk knower of the word ghost today. And you can also find me here on Twitch next week on Friday for our Curse of Strahd game, where I will be in the DM hot seat for episode 40. Sure to be a exciting time. There will be political intrigue and possibly violence. as they move towards the end of that campaign. You can also find me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/hammer and pixel, where I'll be playing Elden Ring with Bonus Mom tomorrow and most other days of the week.
Speaking of which, Bonus Mom.
I am Bonus Mom, and tonight I played Bonnie Mama, the human weaver woman who is confused by everything that's going on, but apparently has the ability to even like kill people and look away. I don't know what's up with that. I will be spending some time with you all tomorrow, somewhere between 2 and 3 p.m. Tomorrow afternoon on TikTok, and then probably on Twitch, Bonus Mom 70. Just going to spend a little bit of Mother's Day with all of my community. Hope to see you all there. Monday through Friday, I TikTok live stream for about 9 to whenever in the morning. And I am playing Elden Ring most nights, along about 9:30 with Pixel. Possibly we'll do some afternoon streams. Hope to be soon able to Twitch stream and TikTok stream all at the same time. Come find me. Let's have some good fun together. Thank you all for being here.
McReese.
Thanks for watching, guys. I am McReese. Tonight I played Raven LaFey, the Tiefling Druid. And I can be found hanging around in the tavern and in the chats of Bonus Mom's lives, keeping the safe space.
Cam.
I am Cam, or no remark. I've not been here most of the night, so hi. I've been playing the small but mighty Neil Boggs Goblin Wizard. You can find me here in Age of Vinyl in this stream. I also stream on twitch.tv/no_remark. You can find me in Bonus Mom's Tavern, Bonus Mom's Live, basically existing somewhere around one way or another.
Okay. And last but not least, Kaylee.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Kaylee, or Christy. I played Temperance, the Air Genasi sorcerer tonight. I also stream D&D with a group called Reality Break 20 on Twitch. So twitch.tv/Reality Break 20. We stream Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. We are currently doing a long one-shot. We're on like our third or fourth session of a one-shot. That is set in the desert in kind of an Egyptian theme. And I'm actually DMing that one for the first time. And you can also find me on TikTok at Kaylee1999, where I talk about books and cosplay. And I'm also in Bonus Mom's Tavern and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that, take it away, Pixel.
Excellent. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out. I did decide we are going to go raid our good friend Vincent Page. He's playing Kingdom Hearts 2, one of his favorite games of all time, and they are working on his first 100% run of that game. So kudos to him. So we're going to send you all over there. We have some raid messages in chat that you can be sure to pop in there when we send you on. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. We appreciate more than we can say that you're willing to hang out with us for this absolutely wonderful, silly thing that we do together. And then the final thing I want to leave with you with, my friends, is until the next time that I see you, please do me a favor and just be a little bit more kind to yourself than you think you're supposed to. Because, and this is true, I just rolled a nat 20 on that insight check, and I know that you deserve more kindness than you think you do. The dice don't lie. And so please be kind to yourself till the next time that I see you. We're going to go raid our friend Vincent Page after the outro song plays. Thank you all so much, and good night.
Bye.
Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rents asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Let me sing a song of a family forged by trials and woe. On their own they but together